Hola, minasan! Welcome back for another round of game design. Hooray! What's up here? Hooray! Welcome everybody. So before I begin, there we go. Before I begin, gonna make a quick announcement. Now that I got the Savagestrikers into the simulator, this will be the last night I'm going to cover Savagestrikers. So on Wednesday, let's see. So Wednesday, after tonight, every Wednesday, I'm going to replace behind the scenes with Coqui-san Freelance Gamer until I'm ready to bring about the next brand. Before I'm ready to come in with the next brand, so I'm gonna fill the slot up with Freelance Gamer and use that as an opportunity. Having 3 Wednesdays as a 3 Wednesdays, having Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 3 days out of the week dedicated to gaming, freelance gaming, just to help bringing out a little bit more entertainment until such time when I'm ready to work on the next brand. Then I'll jump on into another behind the scenes show. Now that I got this into the simulator, I still got a few more things to do with the simulator, but after tonight, I'll be dealing with the back end. This is stuff not for public eyes. This is confidential stuff that's going to be happening from this point forward. So all I got to say is I have my fingers crossed. I have all my fingers crossed. Look at. See, look at all my fingers are crossed. Get over there. Here we go. See, look at all my fingers are crossed. All my fingers are crossed for good luck. So tonight, now that I finally got the fighters in, I'm gonna do the walkthrough, and I'm gonna do the walkthrough. I don't have the rulebook up. Ooh, I shouldn't have done. No, I'm just gonna walk through all 12 fighters. So far, I shouldn't say so far. I think I'm set with 12, even though I know I can make more. I mean, I do want to make more, but for now, it's just gonna be 12. These 12 fighters to start off. Some quick changes had been made, which was what I forgot to do, which was to bring up this. Let me get the rule book up. All right, because you probably noticed down here, right along here. Well, before I even do that, like, I can't see. It's a tiny little screen. Hold on a second here. Okay, so, but before I go any further, yeah. So, starting next Wednesday, Freelance Gamer will be taking over the slot until I'm ready to work on the next brand, and then to start doing behind the scenes stuff with the next brand. Like maybe discussions or something. I don't know. But whatever the next brand I'm going to start working on that, and give you all the walkthrough for whatever time allotted until such time. So get ready for a lot of stuff. But it's gonna take a while before I jump on the next brand, because Savagestrikers is the top priority right now. So with Tabletop Simulator up, let me just see here. Should I bring it up? Nah, I don't think I need to bring this up. I could just scroll through it. So if you're wondering what I'm looking at, it's the rule book. Yes. So one of the changes that was made, as you can see underneath the decks here, these cards here that I'm sliding along, that says 6. That has the number 6 on it. That's a starting hand. I added a starting hand for this game. Not that there was anything wrong with it, but it's a little discrepancy. It's a minor discrepancy because I did have a solution for it, but I don't think this solution was really necessary because it just added another rule to the rule book. Let's see here. Let me scroll up. And that rule is called charge up. And what charge up would do is, if you want it, it was supposed to be a solution, but basically what it does is, let me see here. Let me find the card. Here we go. So, there we go. Zoom in. Alright, so let me just bring this over here. So if you ended up with a hand, with like a bad hand, you don't have a good play or anything. Well, let's say, or if you had like a hand that was filled with cards that require the charge tokens, these tokens here, to be able to pay to play, then you would have the option to play this card, like say Transcendence, and you can shift the card and lose initiative, but in exchange you would get 4 tokens. You would get instant economy, and it wasn't a problem in draft 111, and it wasn't a problem in draft 112. But I also felt that this might not be a necessary solution, so to speak, to mitigate a bad hand, especially for the opening hand draw. So I decided to drop that and created the starting hand, which is what these cards are. Now the good thing about these cards is that these are the same cards that you'll find in the deck. It's just that they're designated as your starting hand. They're separate from the entire deck. It consists of, let's see here. Let me pull back a bit. Here we go. Here we go. They consist of attack cards, throw cards, guard cards, and move cards. So basically, all four types are in the hand, and this actually helps in a couple of ways. It helps out in a couple of ways, and one of those is that it keeps your deck at 40. So you keep a 40 card deck basically. Instead of having to draw your opening hand, and you end up with say 35 cards for a heavyweight and 33 cards for if you're playing a lightweight, having this uneven number at the start. The idea is to keep everyone synchronized, both players even. So both players will have 40 cards in their deck at the start of the game, and they both have 6 hand card, contrary to their hand size. As you can see, Killian has a hand size of 7. Marcus has a hand size of 6. Freddie G has a hand size of 5. So the idea is just to have a little synchronized, symmetrical. There we go. Have a symmetrical start between both players. Basically putting both players on even footing in the first round. In the first round of the whole game, when you start the whole game. So it's I figured that would help. And in turn, because you don't have to worry about drawing a bad hand, like say a hand of all move cards or a hand of all attack cards, you have a hand of all 4 types basically. You have a hand of all 4 types, and you don't have to worry about ending up getting stuck with, like say, a hand that requires you to pay meter tokens. These meter tokens here, like Transcendence, so you're not basically stuck with a bad hand and forced into doing things like mulligans. It's so that way there won't be no mulliganing in the game. Most importantly, you don't have to worry about mulligans, and you guarantee at least one of each card type to work with and to play with. Another thing that's important, just to note, I think I should do this. Uh-oh, it's gonna reveal things. Oh, okay. Whew. Here, let's pull this up. There we go. And here we are. Now, another thing is, if you see perfect. It's right here. Here it is. As you can see in the diagram here, you play through 5 sets, of course. Excuse me a second here. Sorry about that. So as you can see in the diagram, you play through a total of 5 sets in a single, in a single round. So by having 6 cards, by having a 6-card hand at the start of the round, for all weight classes, all 3 weight classes, you are guaranteed to walk away with 1 card to carry over into the next round if you want. I mean, you could discard it and draw to your striker's hand size, but you're at least guaranteeing yourself 1 card to work with to carry over if you want. So this allows a player to levy a little strategy in what they want to do and how they want to approach their match. Now, let's see here. So in turn, that allowed me to get rid of the charge up mechanic that was incorporated in the startup section here, in the startup step. And it's also good because you don't have to remember to do that, to do charge up. You don't have to find yourself forgetting, being like, I forgot about doing charge up. Nope, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about that cue, about being cued, remembering the cue to do that. And you don't have to worry about getting a bad hand, and so on. You'll be able to, both players will be able to set themselves up. Both players should be able to set themselves up, regardless of who gets to gets to execute the combo or not. You'll be able to set yourselves up so that when you get your first draw out of the deck, you don't get a setback because you already got yourself underway, and you get to have a chance to keep a card from the start, into the next round. So let's say you want to keep the block card. Now you don't have to worry if by chance you draw and you don't get any block cards, or if you want to save your light attack so you can be able to pull off a quick combo. Now you could, saying if you get a good attack card or something. The point is that it gives players a little bit more aid in strategy. And as I said, these are the same cards. These are all the same cards you'll find in your character deck. So yes, these light attack, proposition, block, crouch, they're all in Killian's deck, and every single fighter, all the same cards in their decks. There's nothing different about them. They're just designated as starter card, as your starting hand. So independent of the 40 card deck. So you don't have to worry about not having a bad opening hand. And just to make a note, not all hands are the same. The only thing that is the same for all the fighters. Here, in fact, what am I using this view for? Here, top down. There we go. In fact, let me do this here. There we go. Because now that I established that, if you're wondering why I have a setup like that, I was one, presentation, but number 2, I was looking at the character select screen in Street Fighter 2, and I was kind of curious where would my fighters would be placed at if they were made into a video game, what their character select screen placement would be. I was very curious about that, but nevertheless, every single fighter starting hand, no matter what, they're always going to have 2 light attack cards across the board. But the remaining 3 cards, your throw, guard, and move cards will vary per fighter. Like I said, this will once I go into the next steps, saying with this game, a lot will be more refined and more polished and focused and whatnot. But here we go. And let me just move this up here. Here we go. just to make some space here. Oh. Here we go. Just want to make some room here. So when I start going through all the fighters, okay. In fact, let me see her. Well, hold on. I'll leave one fighter up there. But basically, but yeah, that's pretty much how the starting hand works. So in terms of how the starting hand is designed, every single fighter gets two light attacks, no matter what. Gets 2 light attacks, so that way you could get you could be able to engage in punching and kicking as soon as possible, as soon as you want to. Well, depending on how you want. Now, the next card, the second card, could be any of the other 3, and one of those 3 can be 2. So here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Who did I? Okay. Well, here. Let me just get the. I'll keep Callista out. I think she will help out to make my point. Here we go. So here's Callista. So if you notice Callista's starting hand. Here we go. Perfect. So here's Killian and here's Callista's starting hand. So this is what I was trying to point here. You see how different they are, right? So while even though they have the same 2 light attacks, respectively, they don't have the same ratio of the other cards. Let's zoom on in. So with Callista, she gets 2. She has 2 throws, one move, and 1 guard. So that's her starting hand. While Killian has 2 light attacks as which is standardized for the starting hands, but he has 2 move cards, 1 throw, and 1 guard. So that's the big difference between both starting hands here, basically. Let's see here. Here we go. So that's how the starting hands are sorted. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so let me repeat this again. Here is Callista's starting hand, in which you get. So all this time I've been circling around this and I'm blocking your view. I'm sorry about that, everybody. I am not good behind the scenes. Let's see here. Okay, here, let's scroll this on up so it'll be more centered. So so every single fighter is gonna have a different ratio between move, throw, and guard cards. Move, throw, and guard cards. But no matter what, all attack cards are gonna be the same. Every single fighter gets gets 2 light attacks, and so 2 fighters get. So your fighters have 2 light attacks. Then you get 2 of one of the 3 remaining cards, and then 1 each of the last 2 cards. So for Callista, she gets 2 attacks, 2 throws, a move, and a guard. As for Killian, he gets his 2 attacks. Then he goes for 2 moves, a guard, 1 guard, and 1 throw. So let me see here. Yeah, here we go. And in the case of Alejandro, he gets there we go. He gets light attack. So he gets his light attack, but he also gets 2 guards, a throw, and a move. So yeah, so that's how it is with all the fighters. And the only reason why, and one of the key reasons why I want all the fighters to have 2 light attacks is for one other thing, and it's also to help teach players how to do neutral phase, because instinctually players are going to want to start off with light attack, and I don't want to have two fighters having an uneven number of light attacks, because light attack can undermine what I'm saying, because light attack could possibly beat out another player very easily. I think, well, it's also that because all the light attacks have the cancel arrows, so it's very easy to pull off a quick combo. So instinctually, players are going to sit there and play light attack, both players, and that's going to create a tie. It'll most likely it will create a tie because light attacks don't really target attack cards. That's a very 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 rare thing, and it'll most likely be under frenzy than anything else. But as you can see here, let's say for example, you're playing Kalista and your opponent's playing Killian. It's like, ooh, I want to do a light attack, and the opponent's like, ooh, I want to do a light attack. So you both throw a light attack, you flip it over. Now you go to the first tie, which is the frame arrows. So that'll teach players how neutral phase how the neutral phase works. Saying you do the startup, and you flip it over, then you see that you got to do the tie because the icons don't match up. So and it ensures that nobody gets an advantage over another person in that regard. So you'll have to think about playing with your other cards in this instance. Like if I was playing Alejandro, I'll be like, my opponent's going to play a light attack. They're going to open it up with a light attack. So I'll throw in the block right away. Throw in the block. I got as you can see, the letter A against the attack card, and I get the initiative automatically, and I get to draw a card and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's it will discourage predictability. It will discourage predictability because everybody, will know that every single fighter has light attacks. So you don't want to. So that also mitigates. Excuse me. That mentality. That mentality of, oh, I'm gonna open up with light attack no matter what. You want to rethink that. You do want to rethink that because you don't want, because last thing you want to do is give your opponent a very easy initiative. You want to be tricky. You want to be hard. Okay, and just for now in the prototype, as you can see, it's marked as S throw, S attack, S meaning starting. Starter attack, starter throw, starter move, starter guard. So it's a super type basically. So yeah. Hey, what am I doing here? Here we go. So those are the starting card. So that's the purpose of the starting cards in a nutshell. To help players with the learning curve. It'll help players with learning curve. It will get everyone to start off on even ground to ensure that nothing wrong happens. You don't get stuck with a bad hand. It really resolves a lot of the key issues. It keeps both players' decks at 40, so that way there's no deck disadvantage, especially now that the rule, the end game rule, is official, which is if the first player to have no cards, if your end game, the time over end game, which is if you are the first player to have no cards in your deck while drawing or discarding a card from your deck, the game automatically ends and the player with the most vitality wins. So it prevents. It also prevents that disadvantage of a player starting off closer to losing than the other player. So in a sense, the heavyweights won't have the lead in terms of that. I mean, they'll still get the lead when you have to redraw, since heavyweights like Freddie G and Brock, draw 5-card hands, while Chenbo and Takashi, being lightweights, they draw 7-card hands. So, you know, that's a tie. But the key important thing is that it does fall. It does. Well, you know, the responsibility falls on the player's hand. They're not already disadvantaged. You just have to decide, you know, how you want to go about when you want to redraw, and that's why the one card is very important. That's why the six card hand, opening hand, is very important, because after 5 sets you're stuck with one card, and that allow you to either, even though it's kind of like a let's say a soft I had the word in my head. No, not soft draw. It was just in my head. But it ensures that you a soft draw. I guess you say, like, you don't have to draw the whole entire hand. You could still just redraw, I forgot the word. Soft draw, soft recovery. Sorry. Well, let me move on. But you get the point. But I'm sure you're getting the point. It's so that way your advantage and disadvantage, you have control. The point is just to keep control in your hands, basically. You know what I'm saying? Some semblance of control. So you could keep the card, or you could throw it and you redraw the full hand size, or you could keep the card but only and draw less number. So, like, let's say you're here we go. Where's Takashi? Here we go. Here's Takashi. So let's say you're Takashi. You got a hand size of 7. You got 1 card left. You could draw 6 cards, or you could draw all 7 if you want. But you have the choice. You have the choice to do that in that regard. So you have the choice of playing conservative softly, or you could play aggressive. Play aggressive. I don't know. I don't know. It's still a work in progress. It's always a work in progress. All right. So, now you probably heard me talking about weight classes. This is something that is very, very old, going all the way to the first draft. Was it the first draft or the 5th draft? When I started, it was around the 5th draft when I created the main characters, right? The first 3. Here we go. Let me get my first 3 fighters out. Now, when I say the first 3 fighters, I mean the first 3 that I came up with back in the deck building format, and that is Chenbo, Nagisa, and Brock. And you'll notice the difference in vitality, hand size, and so on. So just so I can be able to explain how this worked. Back in the deck building, I struck the balance in terms of statistics, vitality, hand size, stun defense, so on, damage, based on weight class. So Chenbo is a lightweight, Nagisa is a middleweight, and Brock is a heavyweight. And it still applies today, despite the fact that the game format changed from deck building to character decks. But basically, lightweights get to draw a hand size of 7, middleweights get to draw a hand size of 6, and heavyweights draw a hand size of 5. And that ensures the balance in relation to damage. So Brock actually does a lot more damage than Chenbo in terms of attacks. So let's see here, Chenbo. So for example, Chenbo, and this is regarding, like, you see, like, Chenbo would do 2 damage on the light attack, but Brock would do a little bit more than that. Let me see, how much did I give Brock? I think I gave him 3 or 4. Well, I'm not gonna go through all this. That's okay. But the point is that lightweights have lower damage. I think that actually, no, it didn't change that much. It's just that that's how it was back in the deck building. But once I got these character decks, I set the numbers at 369 because I couldn't figure out, because I've been having a hard time finding the criteria in fighting games. Like I was going through Street Fighter, King of Fighters. I went to the Shoryuken wiki because they have those charts, all the stat charts for a whole lot of fighting games, and trying to figure out the criteria for how they distribute damage. And I just decided to go with the Street Fighter 5 model, which was 369, 3 damage, 6 damage, 9 damage, and just I applied it to every single fighter and then adjusted them according to their weight class and so on. But it was a little bit more complicated. I could actually show this. I could actually show this now, because this chart is obsolete. Let's see, was it this one? Nope, it wasn't this one. Because once I changed to this format, it really rendered the whole thing obsolete. No. No. Wow, I really obsolete that, didn't I? Nope. What am I looking at here? Is this not it? Oh, here it is. Oh, wow. Wow, that was that long ago, huh? When did I stop using this? Oh, wow. The 101st draft. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm looking at here. Oop. Droop, 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 droop. Oh, it's not pulling it up. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. Let me, it's probably flickering. Alright. Alright, this won't take too long. There we go. So, yeah, this was, this was the, here we are. Yeah, this was the fighter chart, the stats chart from, this was, 101 was the last draft that I did this in. But basically, as you can see, oh, the colors changed. This is supposed to be blue. Huh. But as you can see, Chenbo, Kalista, Killian, Samani is Takashi. I renamed him Takashi. That was his old name back in the 101st draft. But basically, the green were the lightweights, the blue were the middleweights, and the red were the heavyweights. And this was the whole entire formula that I used. All these formulas to establish the damage for light attack, medium attack, heavy attack, throws, strikes, which are the specials. Savage Strike, which is the hyper, stun defense, vitality, as you can see. As you can see the difference. This was when it was the deck builder. This was when it was a deck building game at this point. So Chenbo had Chenbo's light attack did 1 damage, medium attack did 2 damage, and heavy attack did 3 damage, and that was compensated by having a hand of 7 cards. While Brock over here, he did 3 damage, 5 damage, 6 damage respectively to light, medium, heavy, because he had a hand size of 5. So that kept the mass damage he would do under control in that sense. So that was pretty much the way this was they were designed in terms of weight classes. So yeah, that's how the weight classes work, and you can see all this is what was formulas. Yeah, mathematical formulas. I was so proud of myself. I'm not a mathematician, so doing these mathematical formulas to balance the whole game out was a pretty awesome experience and everything. But this is what was used for when it was the deck building game, and what made the game worked in terms of combating players and such. But once I figure it out, but as soon as I figure it out, uh, uh, you know, the how to translate the actual fighting game mechanisms into the card game proper. Yeah, it really did render everything obsolete. So my sad, yeah. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I am sad that it's no longer a deck building game because I really loved it as a deck building game. I wanted it to be a deck building game, but unfortunately, once I cracked the code in the game design, the whole entire deck building mechanics was slowing down how the game was working, and I had to make the decision. But at the same time, the whole entire premise of Savage Strikers, going all the way back to 2008. When did I started building this? When was Combo Battler? Hold on a second. Where are you at? When did I start? 2009. Yeah, going all the way back to 2009 when when its predecessor Combo Battler started building. The question, the challenge was how do I turn light attack, medium attack, and heavy attack in fighting games into a card game using the combo. And I got my answers. After all these years. Oh my gosh, all these years. What was this? 12 years now? Let me see here. 2000, was it 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 13 years now. It's been 13 years now, and I finally got it. I finally, found the Rosetta Stone, the Fabergé egg, the Holy Grail, if you want to say it. Yeah. And it's been working perfectly fine in practice and everything. Playtest, unpublished, such a magnificent experience. Watching draft 111 of this format, really brought smiles to people's faces. Like, I've never seen such big smiles and excitement before. I saw a lot of smiles with Savage Strikers, the deck building game, but not like this. Not like this level of smiles that I saw, with this one, and that just, it made me happy because my whole premise still worked out in the end, even though, but just to give you a quick backdrop. Combo Battler, which was the precursor to Savage Strikers, was a trading card game, and it basically followed the same similar core rules in terms of the combo system, in which you would do light attack, medium attack, and heavy attack, which is the most basic formation for versus fighting games that players tend to key in, as the easy learning curve, and basically this whole entire thing is based around that sequence, that combo sequence. And it was just a matter of putting in all the proper support and everything. I tried it out as a board game. I can assure you, it when I retitled it Martial Strikers, it was not pretty. It was a pretty nasty looking board game, and I just dropped that after one draft. It wasn't until I was introduced to deck building games that my brain clicked, and I was like, oh. And it was working. It worked. Hands down, it worked. It was just a matter of doing all the balances and everything, and I had been, and I had good submissions and everything with companies and so on. But my brain had ended up having a more bigger outlook, more big totality of what I was trying to find, and I guess you could say it was a bit of a crisis kind of thing. It felt like a crisis moment. but it wasn't bad, so to speak. It's like yes, the deck building game is working. It's doing exactly what I want to do. People love it. People are enjoying it. But I felt like I felt like Savage Strikers' potential was still there. You know what I'm saying? Like the potential is there. You know what I'm saying? How can I put it? It's on the shelf. It's on the top shelf, within reach. But I needed that extra step. That's where Savage Strikers was at as a deck building game, and I felt it, and I saw it, and I deep dived further into it, and as a result, this is what you got here, because I was able to grab it, you know what I'm saying, unpub, you know, I mean, I was still doing the playtest, and my fingertips was like touching it until unpub happened, and once I had the success, like I keep saying unpub. Let me explain. It's PAX Unplugged, and Unpub had was holding an open area for game designers to play test their games to the general public. So it was at PAX Unplugged. It happened this past December at the Unpub area, and just so I can make that very clear. And in that Unpub area, I had a good turnout on Saturday and Sunday of play testers, you know, people who wanted to play test, and I had not one single negative response. You know, saying just information of where, you know, certain things were working, you know, were not working and everything. But in terms of likability, you know, nobody said I don't like it. Nobody was saying I hate it. Nobody was saying this is not the game for me. Everybody enjoyed it. They had fun. You know, they had fun playing it. You know, they gave me, some advice to improve on the game, and so on. That was when I was no longer, you know, my fingers were no longer twiddling it. Now I clutched it. And I pulled it down and I brought it right off the shelf. And now I'm back on the ground floor. And here we are. Here we are. So after 13 years, I finally got Savage Strikers where I wanted it, where I knew it had to be, where I felt it had to be, and I'm super happy. I'm like, yes. So now it all boils down to one simple thing, and that is balancing the game out. Getting all 12 fighters balanced out. And we're talking 12 fighters along with mirror matches, because Nagisa can fight Nagisa and Diego can fight Diego, you know, just like in Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. And if I recall correctly, let me pull this up here. Let me pull up the arcade cabinet of Street Fighter 2, because it said how many combinations there were when they expanded to 12 fighters by adding in the bosses. And it said it on the arcade cabinet. Let me see here. Images. Here we go. What did it say? Oh, I can't see it. No, I need to zoom in. Fighters generation. There we go. Okay. 78 possible combinations. 78 possible matches. Yeah. So that's what it says on the arcade cabinet in Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, that there's 72 or 78? 78 possible match combinations. I don't know. I said it was 100, but I always said it was 120. It just seems that way with these with these fighters. So yeah, there's over 78 possible combinations of matches, and that means that they all got to get all 78 matches, all 78 plus matches got to get played in order to balance out all the fighters. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's a pretty crazy thing. Okay, so there's another thing that I did during this period between 2 weeks ago and now, and that is the effect box, the effects. let's see here. Let me pull up Nagisa. So let me zoom this in. So one of the suggestions that was given to me in the Unpub area by the playtesters was, if you see here on the top left, on the top left corner, right under the name, it says Rushdown Wall Bounce. That wasn't there before. Originally, it would be a descriptor of the fighter. It would be like the grappler, zoner. So that was a suggestion, to give an archetype or a stereotype of the fighter's fighting style to inform the player of what type of character it was. But in this quick update, in this quick minor update, I decided, to put into context, Brock. When I saw Brock's effects, when I made when I saw Brock's effect list, he only had 10 effects out of all the fighters, while Irina had 16. There's only the maximum number at the before I did this quick update, that I had 22 effects. So there were and the effects are like rush down, install, reset. I had 22 of those. I removed 2 of them. That was evade and what was the other one? Boost. No, not boost. So I removed boost and evade and cut it down to 20. So that means that Arena with 16 effects was pretty much had everything. Pretty much had all effects. But to contrast, Brock only had 10 effects. But he was very, very focused and very, very, nearly balanced. I wouldn't say fully balanced. I mean, he still has to fight all the other fighters. But in terms of how his deck was executed, players didn't have a hard time with Brock. The playtesters didn't have a time with Brock. So with that realization, I put a cap range of 10 effects to 12 effects for the fighters, and effectively fighters like Nagisa and Irina had like 7 effects dropped. Had like 6 or 7 effects completely dropped from their decks and became extremely more focused now. So, 10 to 12, 12 effects among the fighters. 2 fighters got 10 effects, 2 fighters got 11, and the remaining 8 have 12. So it's just roughly half to a little over half of the total effects list. Which makes the fighters a lot more focused, a lot more unique. So, like for example, let me just bring 3 of these over here. All right. So with that, I updated their little information stereotypes right up here on the so instead of Angela saying she's a grappler. Now it says here reversal and set breaker. Those are basically her focus, her effect focus effects. Basically, that's what she's focused on in terms of the effects that she uses. So she uses reversal and set breaker. Brock uses invincible and pressure effects, and Freddie G uses mix-ups and multi-hit effects. So those are the effects that you're gonna find on their cards. And they of course have other effects too to round out the 12, but to round out their numbers, to round out their decks and such. But they behave more like support effects than anything else. And I also selected 4 effects, which are, if I can remember off the top of my head here, the 4 effects are... No, I can't remember off the top of my head here. That's all right. Let's see. What were the 4? Not target. Yes. Wake up. Tech effect, reset effect, and what was the 4th one? Poke. No, not everybody. Sweep. Right. Okay. So wake up, tech, sweep, and reset effects. are universally shared across all the fighters. I haven't decided yet on poke. And the only reason why I say that is because fighters like Killian is not supposed to really have card draws in any fashion. But I think that might be thrown out the window because of the updates that it had to make on certain effects. Yeah, see, like reversal, because it breaks. But I think that's probably just fine. In terms of killing, he's not. Well, technically speaking, he's not supposed to draw it naturally. When I say naturally, I mean coming off the. Where is it at? Here we go. Coming off this part here. You see where the draw this icon here? This is the draw icon, and as you can see, Killian doesn't have that on his moves and guard cards because he's supposed to be uber powerful. He is supposed to be the final boss in that respect. Here we go. So yeah, I'll still take into consideration if I want the poke effect to be universal. It'll just mean that fighters will have to be adjusted. Their decks will have to be readjusted again. But yeah, basically now, in terms of fighter descriptors, you will know what their primary fighting style is. Like Diego is deflect and zone, so he's a zoner and he deflects attacks and such. So that so it at least informs you. But of course, as you start playing further and further along the line, you're gonna get to know the fighters. If you get into savagestrikers, like you deep dive into it, you're gonna know all the fighters, what their abilities are and such. But it's good for beginners who have a learning curve. They can get to learn who the fighters are, get to understand, study, and so on and so forth. Again, I'm flashing these things here and I'm blocking you out. Seriously, I'm sorry about this. Let me just let me just bring these three over. Oh gosh, I am so sorry. This is why this is why it's coming to an end here. Oh boy. This is part of the reason why it's coming to an end. So yeah, hold on. Where's was it Diego? Yeah. No, Freddie G. Yeah, here we go. Let's repeat that. So up here on the top corner here, on this top corner here where it says reversal, set breaker, that's their fighting style. So that's what it looks like right here on the top. He's got he has mix-up effects and multi-hit effects. He has reversal and set breaker effects. He has invincible and pressure effects. So that's what the top corners are, and that gives you that gives you information as to what type of fighter you're dealing with. As for the rest of their effects, you're just gonna have to go through their decks and learn all their other effects and such. Sorry about that. Don't worry. This is gonna look good in the end. Like, you'll be like, if you haven't dropped by now, he's a moron. He keeps on blocking the whole thing. So yeah, I still haven't decided yet on poke being the fifth common effect, which is fine. We'll see what happens as time goes along here. So yeah, that's what happened with the effect boxes. So the decks are a lot more focused because they don't have 100 effects in one single deck. Diego practically had every single effect in his deck. Him in Arena. So now that I explained about their effects, now it's the time to walk through the fighters. Am I at a good time here? You know what? Let me take a quick break. Here. And then I'm going to do the, I'm going to take a 5-minute break. Okay. So, unfortunately, I still don't have the 5-minute break thing, saying card display. So, you're just going to end up seeing the pre-show thing. And when I come back, I'm going to start doing the walkthrough of all 12 fighters and see, so you can see where they're at this point. And, yeah. Yeah. All right. So, you know what? I'll mute this which I'm probably gonna forget. Let me mute. All right, 5 minutes. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I am back. Boom, 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 boom. Please help me. So, okay. I'll remove this here. Alright, it's time to walk through all the fighters here. Thank you all for waiting. Glad it wasn't 5 minutes. It was good timing there. Very good timing. Lots of good timing. I could have waited. I should have waited. I should have waited until it hit 12. That's all right. Okay. Let me just get in here. There we go. Oh, nope, not yet. Hold it right there. Yeah, there we go. All right. I wonder. Okay, I think I know how I'm gonna do this here. No, that's fine. This is good. This is good. All right, here we go. Here we go. Start with. Hey, get over there. Come over here. Here we are. So we're gonna start with Nagisa. Okay. So what I'm looking for Nagisa in terms of her deck is Rush Down and Wall Bounce. Let me sort out her starting cards here. Okay. So her effects right now at this point is her focus effects are Rush Down and Wall Bounce. So the way Rush Down and Wall Bounce works is Rush Down, you may play this card during a combo and ignore the previously played card's frame arrows. So what this means is that during a combo, when you're executing your combo, you could play this card. Let's say push, for example. If you have 4 of these meter tokens here, during your combo, you could pay the 4 meter tokens. You play push. You get to do 2 damage. You get to draw a card, and you don't have to. And you can ignore your previously played card frame arrows. So let me try and find this here. So let's say, for example, this will be actually a good example. No, not that one. Oh, do I not have it? Where's my? Oh, it's this simulator. All right, I'm trying to find a card. Let me see here. Where's that unique at? Oh, you know what? This is actually a perfect example. There we go. So let's say for example, you succeeded in getting your second consecutive initiative. You won sets the second straight time in a row, and this block card is the first card of your combo. You notice that it has 4 arrows, right? Now the combo rule says very clearly that during a basic combo you can only play attack cards and throw cards with frame arrows that are equal to or greater than your previously played card. So block is your previously played card to start your combo. So you need 4 arrows or more to play your next card in the combo. What Rushdown does is that it ignores the 4 arrows. It also ignores the basic combo rule, which is that you can only play attack cards and throw cards, because it says you may play this card during a combo. So it could be any combos that you're executing. So you could play push and you pay your 4, and now you get to do 2 damage. You get to draw a card, and not only that, but you also get to reset. But you also get to shrink down the number for the next card you want to play. So if you wanted to play, say, light attack, now you could play light attack. Whereas you wouldn't have played light attack normally, because this has 4 frame arrows and light attack has 3 frame arrows. So what Rushdown does is that it helps you helps you play a reduced arrow as your next card, like so. Basically, you break the order of the sequence, so that you can be able to play, say, light attack. You could play a light attack card now, and then you could follow it up with, say, a flip to end your combo, because it's got 4 arrows, which is 1 greater than light attack. So this is how your combo would look like. So even though this does break the sequence rule established for executing combos, and all combos, no matter what, you have to play cards that are equal to or greater than your previously played card. Rushdown allows you to break that. So it's kind of like a soft reset during mid combo, similar to it's a soft reset rather than a hard reset where you just where your combo kind of just ends and everything. It soft resets and allows you to extend your combos and such. So that's part of her ability, is to do a Rushdown. Here, let me find. Okay. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find. Let me move Flip out of the way here. All right. Can I split the? Yeah, cut. Here we go. Even though I shouldn't have done that, but here, let me rotate. I just wanted to find wall bounce. Here it is. Here we go. And then here's wall bounce, which is her other move. Okay. Okay. So here's wall bounce. Wall bounce says you may continue this combo, and the next card you play ignores this card's frame arrows. I think the name wall bounce is self-explanatory for those of you who are into fighting games. It's basically you bounce off the wall. It's a hard hit that bounces you off the wall, and you're capable of getting some extra hits in. And that's the idea of wall bounce here. So as you can see, it has the red frame arrow. This is the end combo, the red frame arrow, the end frame arrow, which means that this combo is over. But because you have wall bounce, if you have a card that you could be able to extend your combo with, especially if you get like a successful card draw, but you're unable to play it. Like say for example, like say for example, here we go, perfect. Here's Pyroflight. So, oh, here's Pyroflight. So let's say you played Push, right, and you got your one card draw, and you have Pyroflight. Um, but you didn't. But here's the thing: it's got the end frame arrow, just like Claw Swipe, as you can see. Claw Swipe has the end frame arrow, but it's 5 arrows, and Pyroflight has 4 frame arrows. With the end frame arrow. So you're stuck choosing between one or the other. That will end your combo. If you play Pyroflight, that's pretty much it. Your combo is over. Your combo ends. It doesn't matter if you have rush downs, because you automatically ended your combo. Doesn't allow you that extension, but Wall Bounce does. So you got Claw Swipe, you got Pyroflight. You drew Pyroflight thanks to Push. You happen to have Claw Flight. Claw Swipe, you want to get that extra damage in, so you would play Claw Swipe in this combo, okay, and you get the 12 damage, and you get the extra, and you get your meter token. So if you have your 2 meter tokens, you could pay the 2 meter tokens to pay Pyroflight, and with Pyroflight, thanks to Wall Bounce's ability, you can continue the combo. So you decide to continue it by spending your 2 meter tokens to play Pyroflight with 4 combo arrows, because it says very clearly, as Wall Bounce says, you may continue this combo, and the next card you play ignores this card's frame arrows. So now you could play Pyroflight with 4 arrows and get that 17 damage off, and most likely you would stun your opponent with this combination, and you get to get additional combos. So in every sense of the word, Rush Down and Wall Bounce for Nagisa, her whole entire shtick is to extend combos. She can extend combos and ignore the frame arrows, allowing her to ignore frame arrows, to extend combos, to get as many mass damage hits as possible in one go. So that's basically the her whole objective when you play Nagisa, is that you want to get those rush downs and wall bounces so you can continue your combos onward and so forth. Let's see here. Supports, of course, she's got pokes. She's got reversals, which allows her to gain initiative. Tech to protect herself from throws. What else here? This is more rush down, poke. What else did I give her? Oh, you know what I could do? I'll do one better. I'll just read it off of here. Here it is. Here we go. Here we are. Okay, so in addition to, of course, reset, tech, wake up, and sweep, which is common effects across all 12 fighters, her support is a counter, poke, reversal. She's got target. She got where's this at? She's got target combo. Oh, here we go. Where's our target combo at? Zone. She also has zone because she has a projectile, Dragon Ray. Her install is your attack cards gain wall bounce. So pretty much every single attack card, even this light attack here with the poke, has wall bounce. So if you wanted to end your combo with a poke, you can do that. If you end your combo with a poke, and you can be able to play, that like that. Where is? Oh, here we go. Everything's all mixed up. She's got wake up. So, what wake up does is you discard a move card that's in your hand, and you can switch your this card, your jump card, from the shift position to the stand position, which is you're switching them from being horizontal. You're switching them from horizontal back to vertical. However, it doesn't trigger a combo. It doesn't trigger a combo, and you get to draw a card for the discard. Reversal, of course, you gain initiative. Where's the target combo at? Dang it. Where's the medium attack? Counter. If you discard one attack card in your hand, you automatically execute a basic combo. I made that. I made sure that was fundamentally clear with counter. That's a basic combo, which means that you have to do the basic combo rule, which is only attack and throw cards. And the reason why I emphasize that is because stun. If you stun your opponent, you're rewarded with executing a combo with all card types. That means you can play guard cards and move cards in the same combo. So if it could help you out, to help you out, of course, reset. Where did I put the medium attack? I know the medium attack is around here somewhere. Medium attack is where the target combo is. Wow, this is actually annoying. Let's see. Attack, of course. Oh, I think I already mentioned that. Oh, here we go. Here's some more. Here's some takedowns, some more tech. Here we go. Sweep, which is a common effect. Sweep is now, if this card dealt damage, your opponent discards the top card of their deck, which is now a very, very powerful effect. Is a very powerful effect now because of the time over mechanic that was incorporated and can instantly end your opponent's match. Here we are. Medium attack, target combo. Medium attack to heavy attack, and you get to deal an additional 4 damage. So, there we go. So, here, let me just get this up. Let me make sure that's front and center. So, yeah, medium attack. This is medium attack's target combo. So, you would have to play. So, target, just to make clear, I think that was another one that got adjusted. Target combo. If this card gains initiative, starting with this card, you may execute a target combo by playing the list of cards in order and deal X damage. So this is a very specific combo. It's not the same as a basic combo or stun combo because it's got a different set of rules, and that is that you have to follow the exact order in order to get that extra damage. So if you want to pull off a target combo, you got to make sure that you have the cards in your hand, which is, in this case here, you need medium attack and heavy attack in your hand. And if you get that initiative, you could just immediately do a target combo to be able to get that extra damage. And we're talking about, let's see here, medium attack and heavy attack. What was heavy attack? 9 damage? Yeah, heavy attack has 9 damage. So you could do 19 damage to your opponent on that target combo. So that's something you wanna take into consideration, but you have to get the initiative. That's the key thing. You have to get that initiative if you want that quick target combo. So that's Nagisa in a nutshell. She's all about about aggressive comboing. She's an aggressive combo fighter. Let me remove these starting cards here. I'm gonna put them in a separate area. Yeah, everything's all mixed up now. Oh my gosh, he mixed everything up. How could he? Kind of shows this. Let's see. So yeah, if you like seeing a lot of these behind the scenes, and I do intend to do more, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know if you want to see more of these. I'm more than happy to do it. As you can see, there's no paywall involved here. I don't see the purpose of the paywall. Putting it behind a wall. Because I really want you guys to be hyped up about this game. This is a really cool game. This is a fun game. I'm very confident that it will be a great game in the end. And I know you're all gonna have fun playing this when I could get this finally out to market. Here we go. And yeah, given my ability to write novels, I do intend to really expand the lore and everything. I mean, don't think it's not running through my head right now. Don't think the story is not running through my head. You could see it right there on the right here to the left of me, left of the camera here. You can see that to the left of the camera. And that's just only an early draft. I don't know what the final draft is going to be like in the end for the whole story. But don't think for 1 minute I don't have the outline, because you're looking at it right now.
Oh my gosh, he's writing a novel based on a card game.
Yeah, well, it worked for Yu-Gi-Oh, so. Alright, this is Takashi. He's one of the more recent fighters. He came in the 101st draft, I think. No. He came in the, they came in around the 101st draft. Him, Irina, and Diego. So they didn't have the most time with regards to being in the deck building game. So in a sense, they came in late and moved on into and just, I guess in a sense, these three fighters are more accustomed to this as a deck builder, being more accustomed to this than the deck builder. His style is counter and reversal. He's all about counter and reversal. So he's a pretty very powerful character in this sense. Let me see here if I can. Here's reversal, and let me get counter. So that means that he's got reversal and counters in card types that is not commonly found. So reversal and counters are commonly found in guard cards. But with Takashi, he can do it in the other card types. As you can see, he's got reversal on throw, attack. Let's see here, block. Let's see here, and of course sidestep here. Here we go. So sidestep has the counter. Let me see. What was the move card? I think I gave rush down. Nope. Now, I had to be very careful, actually, with counter, because counter is you discard one attack in your hand and automatically execute a basic combo. That means you just instantly go right into a combo. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what situation you're in during sets. The minute you drop that attack card, you got the combo. It doesn't matter what your opponent has or anything. So I couldn't just throw it into every single card, into a whole bunch of cards, as opposed to compared to reversal. Reversal requires a guard card, and he doesn't have a lot of guard cards, as you can see. He's got the standard ones, but all it'll do is give you initiative and a card draw. That's all reversal will do for you, which is good in this sense, because you could try and win sets, because it means you're winning sets right off the bat on your opponent, and you're getting that damage off, and you could get into a basic combo if you could do it 2 straight times. But with counter, you just automatically go into a combo, and that's pretty powerful for a fighter to have. So he doesn't have much combos, counters. Let me see here. There, I know I put something. Let's see here. I know there's a card here that I put in. I believe I made it install. So yeah, here's a sidestep. Come on, there's the sidestep, parry. So you can see reversal here on waltz. Let's see here. No. He's got a wall bounce as an assist. Let's see here. He's got invincible. Yeah, I'll explain those in a second. Oh, wait, wait, am I missing a card? Where's pose? Uh-oh, am I missing? Uh-oh, I think I'm missing a whole card here. I I haven't come across pose. Because I know I gave pose. Oh, here we go. There's some more here. Oh, okay. Everything got separated. Break dance. There we go. Break dance, waltz. Or did I go through these cards before? No, I went through these cards before. Here's crouch, jump, dash. Where's waltz? Oh, the door knock, which is reversal. Oh crap! I could play. Oh crap. Okay. Well, this is embarrassing. It would appear I don't have waltz. Oh, here's pose. Yeah, so pose just automatically gains initiative. There it is. It was right here. So, I guess. Oh, I thought I had more cards under with counter. Oh, I thought. I thought pose allowed counter. Oh well. I think I grossly misunderstood here. Yeah, it's supposed to be counter and reversal. Well, nevertheless, wow. I guess. Oh. Did I not put counter on another card? Let's see. Sidestep has the. Huh. I guess I'm pulling punches here. Well. Oh well. Like I said, work in progress. It's a work in progress. Wow, that kind of stinks. I thought that. Oh, yeah, let me just put all the reversals here. Actually, that's a good idea. Let me sort the cards by their types, by their Hundinger. Tech. Yeah, let me just pull back a bit here. Here we go. Move counter. Maybe then I'll find counter if I sort it out like this. Go. Before it becomes a big mess. Tech. Here's sweep. Set breaker. Just throw you down here. Wall mounts. There we go. This is a double. And this is also a double. And multi-hit. That's another one that went through a bit of a update. All right. Wow. So, okay. I thought I had more counters. I'll have to make a note and try to add more counters. I could probably put that in jump. I could probably put it in jump. And maybe in one of the. Okay. All right. Well, no. Sorry about that. I thought I had the counter, multiple cards with counter, like I did with reversal. As you can see, reversal. There are 5 cards with reversal because it's still potent, still a potent move. All right. That's okay. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of this. Like I said, when the final product happens, they'll be a little bit more focused. But yeah, his whole entire shtick is counter and reversal. As you can see, he's got reversal here on spinner. let's see here. He could get initiative. I guess in a sense, initiative is his main focus in this instance here. But it's not very clear. Oh, here's a door knock, which does reversal. So that's 7 cards that do reversal. 7, 8 cards with reversal. 2 cards with wall bounce. He has set breaker, which is if this card ties, this card gains initiative. So you can break ties right off the bat. What else? He's got invincible. So invincible along with mix up went through changes. Let's see here. So now what invincible does is you discard the top card of your deck and you gain initiative and deal 5 damage. So as you can see here, slide, which has 4 meter, which requires which has 4 meter. If you spend that, you get invincible, which will give you the initiative of 5 damage, and then it gives you rush down. So this gives you the ability to ignore pretty much all the cards that are previous, and you get 2 damage easy, and you could be able to run your combo easily. Another one. And then you got wall bounce, which also helps you extend your combos. The launcher is the only card that could pull that off, both Fury and Special. Spinner's another one that gives you wall bounce. I believe that's restricted to just Fury. And then multi-hit is another one that got updated. Discard up to the top 5 cards of your deck. Deal 1 damage equal to the number of cards you discarded. This one is definitely a work in progress, multi-hit, but it's supposed to be Chun-Li's lightning kick. When you button mash and button mash and button mash, when you're doing Chun-Li's lightning kicks, you could do, I think, up to 5 hits before it stops, or the character's too far away. So to emulate that, you discard the top card up to. So you could discard 1 card, or you could discard 5 cards, and you could do 1 to 5 additional damage. So with Roller, his attack Roller, you could do 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This one is a little bit... this is kind of technical, because if you have the chance to stun your opponent and you only need to do 2 damage, the theory is that if you want to do 2 damage, if you need to do 2 additional damage to stun your opponent, instead of, say, wasting an entire, let's say heavy attack here. Your heavy attack does 8 damage, but instead of wasting that 6 damage just to do 2 damage to stun your opponent, you could instead discard 2 of your cards to do the 2 damage you need to do the stun, and you could be able to go into a stun combo. Then you could be able to do a stun combo, and this will then allow you to play heavy attack in the stun combo and do a full 8 damage, rather than sacrificing heavy attack and not getting that 6 extra damage that could make the difference between you getting the lead or winning the game or catching up to your opponent or something. So I guess in a sense, one could say multi-hit is very tactical. So you don't have to discard a card on multi-hit. It could be 0 to 5 cards because it says very clearly up to 5 cards. So you're not forced into discarding. So you don't have to worry about sacrificing your deck when you don't want to. But if you want to take the chance, if you know you have a chance to get something out of it, then you could take the risk of discarding the card and putting yourself closer to a time over, if it means that you can actually win the game. You know what I'm saying? Like you could really with multi-hit, in a sense, strategically speaking, with multi-hit, you can actually force the end game all on your own. Let's say for example, you have 4 cards left, right? Let's say you have 4 cards left, and you just have to get 4 damage on your opponent to get the lead in vitality points, and you only have 4 cards left in your deck. So what you could say is, here's multi-hit. I'm going to discard the 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 damage to you. My 5th card to discard. I don't have it. Game automatically ends. I got the lead on you. I win the game by time over. So that's basically what multi-hit can do. It could get you those kind of things. It's highly situational, and it's highly tactical. But if you do it right, you could be able to pull off. You could steal a win basically. It is possible to steal a win, but it will require. But it's so situational, you know what I'm saying, and so on. And unfortunately, it has to be 1 point of damage because 10 points of damage is too much. It could trigger a stun on one card, because there are some cards. See, like for example, like Roller, does 11, and there are others who have multi-hit that can actually hit that can actually reach a fighter's stun defense. But again, this is just in this draft. Maybe in the final product, the stun defense points will be a little bit more up to allow multi-hit to do 2 damage per card discard rather than 1. So you could do up to 10 damage on your opponent and not stun them. It depends. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that's gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, he definitely gonna need to put a little bit. Maybe what I should do is have pose. Actually, I could have instead of automatically gain initiative, I could have said the next card you play gains counter. I should have did that with pose. So you know what? Let me make I could do this. Here we go. Your next card. I'm gonna update this right now. The next card you play gains counter. And there's 2 postcards, so yeah. Okay. Yeah, alright. And it's a very powerful, and like I said, counter is extremely powerful. It's an automatic combo, so it does make sense to put it to put it on a card like pose, where it'll cost you 4 meter. It'll cost you 4 meter. It'll take you 2 cards, the card that you gotta play in sets, and then the attack card that you gotta discard to be able to get the basic combo. But that's yeah. No, it's. I think that's well balanced there, and you also get a card draw in return for pose. So that way, it'll work with counter. So I'll update that later. Yeah, that was actually a good catch, and that will follow through on counter. And I'll probably give jump the ability to counter, but not but just only jump. And you also of course got the wake up. Yeah, wake up is natural, is universal. I think I said that. Yeah. Yeah, and of course it's got set breaker, wall bounce, invincible. Yep. Yeah. So yeah. So just so I just have to so I'll just make jump have counter, just so that we can have at least 4 cards normally, and pose will cover making all the other cards do that. Here's launcher. So. Alright, that's Takashi. Takashi is all about countering and doing reversals, which is very strong, very powerful, very scary. So, be ready. Be ready. Be ready. Okay. Here is Alejandro, my Shoto fighter. Let me, There we go. So Alejandro is my designated Shoto fighter, even though he's not the main character. Nagisa is the main character. She's my Ryu. She's my Ryu to Street Fighter's Ryu. She's my Terry Bogard. My heart Aino. She is the Liu Kang. She's that main character. Okay. But here is Alejandro. Okay. Now let me pull this down here. All right. And his primary effects, his focus effects are set breaker and zone. So he's a zoner. All right. He's a set break. He does set breaker and zone. So let's find those cards. I can set this here. That's actually perfect. This is his. Actually, I can move this up here. It's not in the way. Good. All right. So he's got Wolfang Burst. As you can see, he's represented by Robert Garcia from Art of Fighting. Here's Set Breaker, which is if this card ties, this card gains initiative. Also, being that he's a Shoto, I gave his Fury Invincible. So he gains initiative and deals 5 damage. Similar to how Ryu does it. You know what I'm saying? But you got to discard the top card of your deck. Again, remember, discarding a card from your deck brings you closer to a time over, so you better make sure you can time it. And you might be, and what's great about this, what's crazy about it, and this is actually fair game because you're sacrificing 2 meters, which you have to build up, and a card in order to get a stun. So you'll get an insta stun with Fury Wolfgang, Wolfang Fury will give you an instant stun on most of your opponents, and the sacrifice, the cost, I feel is fair enough, given that you need 2 meters, which requires you to actually damage your opponent to pull off, and you have to spend the top card of your deck, which brings you closer to a time over. So I think that's a fair trade there. Because it takes a lot to pull off. But it's very rewarding that you could do it on 1 card, which means you could do it in sets very easily. But and Set Breaker will help you out breaking ties if you can, if you're able to. Here's Zone. Oh yeah, here's Million Kick with Zone. Million Kick has the multi-hit. Again, as I pointed out, you have to discard the top card of your deck to deal 1 extra damage. So this is the Lightning Kick, Chun-Li's Lightning Kick. This is how I'm representing it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Here's Zone. So, but how Zone works is during the startup step. The startup step happens when you play your card face down. When both players play their cards face down, and then they flip it face up, right there and there. Simultaneously. So during the startup step, if your frame arrows are greater than your opponent's frame arrows, you gain initiative. This effect cannot trigger a combo. So basically what this means is, think of it, the equivalent, I would say the equivalent would be haste in Magic the Gathering. So, no, not haste, sorry. First strike, not haste, first strike. Basically, this is, if I were to equate it in Magic terms, Zone is first strike. You get a chance at hitting your opponent first before your opponent hits you. So if you have, if say for example, perfect. Here we go. So let's say your opponent. Let's just say you both flipped your cards. Your opponent's playing black. Whistler's played. It doesn't matter, that it's a block card. You're not in the active step, which is when you check these icons. You got to do the zone step first, the zone check during the startup step. So that means that if he has more frame arrows, which you see he has 4, and block has 3, Whistler will beat block no matter what. So it doesn't matter what these icons up here say. Because you're not in the active step, which is when these icons trigger. You have to deal with zone first. So you were too slow to block his Whistler, his projectile attack, and you take the hit. He gets the initiative. He does 13 damage, since this is a Fury, and that's it. But it does not trigger a combo. So no, zoning does not trigger combos. You will not get to pull off any combos off of that. But it does set you up to win sets on the next turn if you do it normally. So, like, say, for example, you play... here we go. Let's say in the second set, you play Light Attack. As you can see, it's not a zone. So you have to go to the active step. And if you win with Light Attack, because Whistler is standing, the rule says very clearly 2 cards have to stand. Okay, it's not the initiative that triggers the basic combo. It's standing 2 cards simultaneously. Not simultaneously. 2 two cards consecutively. So you can zone your opponent on the first set and get the initiative, and then if you succeed on the next set with light attack, you got 2 stands in a row. You execute your combo. So it's not the initiative that triggers the basic combo. It's standing the cards that triggers the combo. So this is why zoning is extremely important. But you can do just like say Guile in Street Fighter V. You could just throw projectiles back to back in 2 consecutive sets. But you're still not going to trigger a combo. But you could do another zone. So you could go 5 straight Zets. So in every sense of the word, this is what it could what sets could look like when you're zoning. You can actually go 5. Let me get one more. Let me find one more zone. I almost found it. Sweet. Here we go. There we go. So, in every sense of the word, imagine that these 5 cards are sets that you're playing in. You could play all 5 of these cards only in sets. And if you get and as long as you get the initiatives, you can actually dish out all this damage to your opponent. Well, not necessarily. You'll probably stun your opponent, given how much damage is being dealt. But the point is that if you have zones in your hand, you could play those zones for 5 straight sets and never have to do a combo, and you could dish out all kinds of damage to your opponent. And your opponent will never get a chance to do anything. Yeah, that's right. I made Guile. I made the Hadouken the over and over and over again. And you never have to do a combo in that regard. Now I gave him Set Breaker because, as the rule says, if the card ties, you get. If the card ties, your card gains the initiative. So what this means is if you were to say do a zone, let's say in set 1 you play Sidekick and you get the zone on your first opponent. If you play, here we go. Once again, if your second card, let's say your second card is Wolffang, it's got Set Breaker. It has Set Breaker, and you could get that. Then you could get that second initiative on the tie if you can tie it. You know, if a tie happens. Let me find a better card here. Let me see who else got Set Breaker. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Medium attack. So let's say you did Sidekick, you got your zone, and your next card is medium attack. And you have Set Breaker. You broke the you break the tiebreaker with Set Breaker. Now you get to do your combo because you got 2 cards standing back to back. And Set Breaker helped you get you that second initiative to stand his card, and you get to execute a combo. So, yeah. So that's basically how Alejandro works. So basically you have the option to zone your opponent out during sets. And only in sets, or if you want to get into that combo and you want to get that initiative, zone can help you set up Set Breaker. And if you win that tie with Set Breaker, you break that tie with Set Breaker, then you could get into your combo right there and then without any problems. So yeah, that's how Alejandro works out. His support for this go around, he has install, in which all your cards gain Set Breaker. So as opposed to what I'm putting in I'm going to update for Takashi, where it's the next card that gets counter. With install, all your cards gain Set Breaker, which means that the next card you play in sets will have Set Breakers. So let's say Crouch, for example. Here's Inner Mind. Your cards gain Set Breaker. So your next card is Crouch. Crouch has Mix Up, but now it has Set Breaker as well, and it can help break your ties. So it's a way to help you break ties. Invincible, of course, discard the top card of your deck. Card gains initiative, deal 5 damage. Mix Up, the way Mix Up works is you discard 1 move card in your hand, and the next card you play in this combo can be any type and ignores that card's frame arrows. So it helps you. So what it does, it helps you play any card you want. You can play any type. Guard, guard cards, move cards, or something. So if you want to get that extra, so basically what mix-up can do is it can help. It ignores the frame arrow. It ignores frame arrows. That's the important thing. So if you want to reset your combo, do a soft reset on your combo, you could be able to play, let's say, dash after crouch, which has 1 frame arrow. I think he has 1 frame arrow. And that'll help you get into other cards like poke. Or let's say crouch is the first card of your combo. You win the second. You get. This becomes the first card of your combo after sets, your basic combo, and thanks to mix up, you could go in with light attack on as the next card of your combo because of mix up. It ignores the frame arrows and allows you to get a nice fresh combo to build off on without getting stuck with a high arrow count, that kind of thing. So let's see what else. Of course, poke and rush down. Again, to help him extend combos, since gaining initiatives is his key factor here. But that's how zoner works. It allows you to keep the game stuck on sets, which is actually very good. Which is very good for, say, taking on someone like Takashi, who relies on reversals and such. You could just zone him. And never have to face his reversal cards. If you're dealing with combo heavy fighters like say Nagisa or Chenbo, who are combo centric, or even Killian, who is very nasty on the rush down, you could zone them out, and you could keep those combo heavy fighters in check very easily. Okay, so let's see here. Time to put this away. Move on to the next fighter. So just remember this. The final product. Some of them might have a change in their effects and strategies. This is just for this draft here. I'm hoping that this. Well, not be the final product, but but once they get adjusted, what I want them to do, like zoning, mix-ups, counters, that kind of stuff, will hold true in the final product when it's all said and done, when it gets put to the market. Let's see here. All right, so next up is Chenbo. Chenbo is about deflect and multi-hit. So he's looking to do multiple damage. Basically, let's see here. Because he's got multi-hit and deflect, he's all about that crazy damage. It's a strange pairing. Well, damage through effects, basically. So let me get this all into place here. All right. So what am I looking for? Oh, I could bring this down a little bit more so I could get this all into view. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. Excuse me 1 second here. Okay. Here we go. Where am I at? Oh. Yeah. All right. So, Chenbo, his focus effects are deflect and multi-hit. So, how deflect works, and I have the text up here, so I'll have to. See, that's reset. Here we go. So what deflect does, as shown here in Electro Shield, if your opponent's card gains initiative, deal damage equal to your opponent's damage in their card's combo interface. This effect does not trigger stun. So this card actually got mad broken during the Unpub playtest. what it does is this. I'll just use this as a quick example. Let's say light attack here from Diego gets the initiative. Now this does 2 damage. What Electro Shield does is it'll do 2 damage to Diego. Yep. Basically, that's what it does. That's all it does. So that means that let me get a heavy hitting attack here. Here we go. And yeah, it affects all cards. So that means that if you were doing the Savage Strike, yeah, if you do Savage Strike, his 19 damage will be dealt to him. And yeah, so that's how powerful and Deflect is. But your opponent has to be the one to win initiative, which means that his Wolfgang Fang Burst has to get the initiative in order to win, in order to get that damage off. Which means Set Breaker for Alejandro would be a very dangerous thing. Or if in a mirror match, Electrolyte, but that's how Deflect works. Electro Shield and Shock Kick has Deflect, multi-hit, as seen here, and you actually get that as your starter. Throw normal, as usual. You get to do that extra damage. So, in a sense, with Chokehold. Chokehold, if you want to get that 15 damage right off the start, and you're willing to risk doing that. You could do that as your starter, as your starting attack. Just if you're willing to sacrifice the 5 cards to do 15 damage, which could potentially help if you get a good card draw from playing block in your first round, and or with crouch. If in your first round you get a good card draw and you get a good attack to follow up the 15 damage. You know what I'm saying? But that's if you could get the initiative. Let's see what else. Now he's one of the few fighters that actually has multiple target combos off of the normal attacks, as you can see here, as part of his support. He could do light, medium, and heavy. So if you have light, medium, and heavy cards, you could play those and get 5 damage, or if you have medium and heavy, you could get to do an additional 2 damage. That would mean that you could get 9 damage off of where's the medium? Here we go. This is medium. Yeah, sorry, that's medium. So yeah, with light attack, if you do the target combo starting with light attack, you're looking at 7 damage, 15 plus 5. That's 20 damage off of a 3-card target combo, or you could just get a base, or you could get a quick 9 damage with a 2-card target combo. Maybe I should have upped that to 3. The target combo to 3, so it'll be 10 damage. So you get because this is 20, and you get 10. Yeah, well, nevertheless. Sorry, let me move that over here. There we go. Oh, right. Sorry, I was looking at light attack. That was pretty dumb of me, because this is the order that I should have it in. So in terms of the target combo, light attack, medium attack, and heavy attack, this is 2, 7, 15. You get 5 additional damage because you're taking more. Because one, it's taking you 3 cards, and you get 20 damage. But if you played medium attack to heavy attack, this is 5 plus 8 is 13. You get 2 additional damage, which is 15. So you do 5 less damage than with 3 cards, but you do get 15 damage. Also, being that heavy attack is your last card of these combos, you get to discard the top card of your opponent's deck on top of that. So, in every sense of the word, this is the foundation of combo battler and savage strikers, martial strikers. You know, this whole entire game design of mine. This combination: light attack, medium attack, heavy attack, and then it leads to a sweep bonus. So, so yeah. So there you go. So those are the supports that he can deliver. So if you can hold on to light attack, medium attack, and heavy attack, and get that target combo off, you can get a good mass amount of damage out of it. Let's see here. What else? What else does this support? Attack, target. I am sorry. My throat is just ugh. Counter. Another rare thing, because this is a crouch card and everybody gets a crouch card. He has counter, which is for a start as a starter. It's the only crouch card in your starter hand. But it's not that bad if you could get. Well, it is bad because that means that you'll have to start off right off the bat, but you'll only get to. Wow, yeah, that is kind of bad. Well, no, it's not bad because you still have to discard one attack card in your hand, so you'll be able to get light attack and chokehold right off the bat, which is not a problem. Well, that is a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust that. I'll have to adjust that. In terms of the starter hands, like I said, these changes made before I came up with the starter hands. So yeah, there's still more changes that need to be done. Let's see what else. What else does he have for support? So Genbo also has. He has the counter. He has reversal rush down since he's combo heavy. A bit on the combo heavy side. His install, which is right up here. Shine burst. During sets, your unique cards gain deflect. So that means that let me find his unique cards. I hate the way this operates. So his unique attacks, which is primarily what his unique is, like elbow, gets the deflectability. So every single unique attack card you got is gonna deflect your opponent's attacks. During sets only, and only during sets. You can't do it during a combo. Although honestly, it won't work in a combo anyway, because that's a discrepancy. Like I said, these things are gonna be adjusted. Rolling Thunder. The next attack you play gains multi-hit. So yeah, heavy attack can gain multi-hit, and you could dish out 13 damage if you want. You could play Shock Kick, which has 16, and you could drop 5 cards to do 21 damage. But it's only the next attack card. That means that you can't play Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt already has its own multi-hit effect, as does your standard your normal throws. So only yeah. So you don't get that double stack. You'll never get that double stack. In fact, did I not give multi-hit to? No, I didn't. No, only the throws should have multi-hit. Yeah, only the throws should have the multi-hit. Everything, because then that wouldn't make any sense. And he's also the only, I believe he's the only fighter where all of his uniques have no effects, and that's only because of Rolling Thunder having the ability to give, only because Shine Burst gives the unique cards the deflectability across the board. So there was no need to really give them any effects whatsoever. So in a sense, your whole entire you bounce back your opponent's damage, and you could stack up extra damage. So it's about speed. Yeah, it's pretty much speedy damage basically. To put it succinctly, he's all about getting quick damage in through alternative means without having to do actual physical damage itself. Yeah. So that's Chendo. There we go. Okay. Here is Diego. There we go. See if you can find the map. I'm still mind blown that they actually did a live action Dora the Explorer after seeing that College Humor, after seeing that College Humor video about live action Dora the Explorer. Oh boy. I don't think Nickelodeon understood. I don't think they understood parody. All right, so Diego does deflect and zone. That's his effect focus, deflect and zone. So here we go. Here's his zone abilities. So that means that during sets, during this startup step, you can zone your opponent out, but you can also have a chance to deflect your opponent's damage. The timing is still gonna need to be dealt with, but bouncing back your opponent's abilities is a pretty big deal. It's pretty strong. Let me pull this out here. Is Carp Diem. He also has multiple effects, dual effects, in his tool set, within his cards. He's also the I think he's one of two fighters. I think there's another fighter that I gave 3 effects in one go. So you can see he's got zone, deflect, and pressure. Pressure is his assist. He's also got target combo. Let's see. This is normal damage. Yeah, I'll move the standards over here. Okay, he's got tech. So he's one of the few fighters that have multiple effects, as you can see here, and he also has multiple target combos. But his target combo is a little bit more unique in that he can actually skip medium attack with light attack. You could go light attack, heavy attack to do 3 damage, and if you have medium attack, you could do medium attack into heavy attack. He also has the poke, which is again a rarity for light attack. He has reversal for that defensive measure. Let me move that over there. So he's got a couple of reversals. He's got reversal in his throw unique, backslap, and parry. He also has invincible, but I believe I restricted it to just sick and feet. Okay. Pressure is another support effect. So what pressure does is during this active step, you may play 1 attack with frame arrows equal to or 1 more than this card on top of this card and gain initiative. So what this basically means is I have sidestep. Okay, it's the active step. So we're dealing with a check now. We're going to be checking the icons for initiative to see who gains the initiative. But what this does is, what this is saying is that I could take a card like, say, light attack, which has 3 frame arrows, or I could take roulette, which has 2 frame arrows, and I put it on top of the card like this, and now this has initiative. So this is basically a quick way to get initiative over your opponent before your opponent gets to do anything. You get to do it first if you meet the conditions. You could get the initiative before your opponent does by just dropping the cards, but you have to have frame arrows equal to or 1 more than this card. So in this case here with sidestep, 2 frame arrows, you need 2 frame arrows or 3 frame arrows to put on top of it and get the initiative. So you would need So so roulette. If you have the 2 meter tokens, you could drop that. And if you have light attack, you could play that. But you can't play medium attack because medium attack has 4 frame arrows. That's 2 more than pressure. So you cannot play medium attack and gain initiative. So it can actually help you out in many. So pressure actually can help you out. In this instance here, let's see here. Let me double check my ruling here regarding. Let's see here. I just want to double check here. Right. So the one important thing to understand to remember about pressure is that it overrides. It overrides your currently played card. So sidestep here. Pressure is allowing you to override to play a more stronger card, a more another card that could help you out, because it's going to give you initiative no matter what your opponent does. But it will override your card. So sidestep here would be overridden, which means you don't get to draw this card because this card is not the one that's gaining initiative. It's the card that you're playing on top of. So it would be light attack. So if you play light attack on top of sidestep, sidestep is completely overridden. You don't get to draw a card or anything. This card is gaining the initiative, so you get to do the damage. You get the charge. You have the cancel here. So if you want to cancel into another card, you can. But basically, all pressure does is let you override your currently played card in order to do things. So yeah, in a sense, you can actually override bloody roar, frenzy. If you you can override that. Yeah. Now that I think about that, it's kind of dumb. Maybe it's the right idea, but I guess it's dumb. Yeah, it's dumb. Yeah, that's a dumb thing. Why override 16 damage? Yeah. That'll have to be fixed. And like I said, this is still this is the 112th draft. Once I start getting the playtest going through, these things are gonna get fixed up or switched out. Okay. So other assists for Diego. Okay. So in addition to deflect and zone, his assist, install. Now Sicken Feet has 2 effects. One is invincible, which of course you discard the top card. This card will gain the initiative, and you get to do 5 damage. So you could do 10 damage, and you get a card draw. And of course this is an end combo, so be careful how you time it. And install is that your unique cards gain deflect. So similar to Chenbo, Diego has the same effect. All the unique cards gain deflect. This is I did that on purpose actually, story wise, because Diego and Chenbo kind of are rivals. They're enemies. I guess they oppose each other in story, so it kind of makes sense that they both could have the same type of effect where their unique cards can deflect. So you'll have a full-on deflect battle between the two of them. So that's an in-story thing. An in-story thing. So it'll be funny. Watching them throwing their projectiles and then they're just deflecting it back like Legend of Zelda. What other pressure? Of course, poke. He's got the target, reversal, and that's pretty much it. So that's a zone deflector, as opposed to deflect multi-hit. Okay, so that's all right. So that is there. We go. So that's Diego in a nutshell. What am I doing? Let me just throw this up here. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Bam. There we go. All right. All right. The man of the hour, Brock. The reason why the adjustments were made on these decks, with regards to effects. There we go. Drop this here. So basically, I covered Nagisa, Chenbo, and Brock. The first three fighters of Savagestrikers are covered, and Takashi and Diego. I covered the recent three fighters. That's funny. Yeah, Rena's a little long, far away, but yeah. All right. So Brock is all about. Well, the best way I could say it, he's a monster. He's a total monster. His whole entire shtick is invincible in pressure. So basically, he's just out to brutalize you. His whole entire design is brutalizing you. As you can see, he does 4 damage on light attack, as opposed to I don't know. Did I give? Yeah, Chenbo should be 2. Well, actually, let me hold on. Sorry, it's a little zoom in. Here, let me take a quick look up here. Instead of Chenbo's light attack is 2, and Brock's light attack is 4. So that's reflecting their extreme ends as lightweight and heavyweights. As lightweights and heavyweights. Here we go. He's one of 2 fighters that only have 10 effects. So and his whole shtick is invincible in pressure. So he is pretty much has a workaround, being that he's the slowest of all the fighters. He's got the high. He has a lot of high frame arrows, 4, 5, and 6. He only has 2 cards that are 2 frame arrows. Everything else is 3, 4, 5, and 6. So he's pretty difficult to play. So he has 2 workarounds, which is of course pressure and invincible. He has set breaker as the assist. He's also the only fighter that can draw cards. That can draw the most cards out of everybody. He has myriad of ways of drawing cards, either recovering cards, like in the case of Reversal and Wake Up, or he can draw a card just by playing the parry. All of his guard cards, all of his move cards, you have the draw icon, and he can recoup his draws with the help whenever he plays Reversal or Wake Up, and he has pokes with his. Let's see. I believe there is. So that's what. Where's? Oh, here it is. All right. He also has the assist of Stack. What Stack does is, if this card gains initiative, you deal whatever X damage is, whatever the listed damage is. So where it says Stack 3, as you can see here, it says Stack 3. You get you get to deal 3 damage if this card gains initiative. Here's more poke. Overhead elbow. So here's overhead elbow, which has poke. I believe he's the only fighter that has a unique poke. Out of everybody. He, of course, here's the sweep, standard, fair, toss. And then here's another pressure. His dash has pressure with draw card. He does have Wake Up, the standard, the fighter standard. Boot just deals a straight 9 damage. It's got 6 frame arrows. Nice little ender there. Set Breaker, another assist to help him gain initiative. Of course, Tech, another standard. Here's another assist with the reversal to help him with gaining initiative. Slam, 4 arrows, 12 damage, which is pretty brutalizing. Of course, his throw normal backbreaker does 14. So he's gonna be dishing out untold amounts of damage. He's also one of the few whose installs does not give you an effect card. In that sense, you don't get an effect card with you don't get an effect card. Install, yeah. So he has 2 installs. One of the few fighters that actually has, multiple. Some of the fighters will have 1 install and 1 action, but fighters like Brock, there's only a few that just has either 2 installs or just 2 actions. Here's Invincible. Is okay. Drop kick. Again, another 6-frame attack. Straight up 12 damage. This is his special. Of course. Sorry, that was his special. His fury. All of his attack furies give you invincible. While his specials, his attack specials, variants, the special variants of Dropkick, Skullbuster, and Rib Grinder, they have no effects whatsoever. But the Furies, if you spend the 2, you get invincible. So you can actually really stun your opponent on 1 card with most of your opponents with 1 card on the 1 card with invincible. So you can actually do Rip Grinder and stun your opponent. You could do Drop Kick and stun your opponent. So on 1 go. And you automatically gain initiative. But of course, they also got the end frame arrows. And they also have 4 frame arrows. So that means that it'll be very hard to follow up in that sense. In a way, it's kind of like it works with cards like Medium Attack. As you can see, it's got 4 frame arrows and it cancels. So you could cancel into a Fury Skullbuster. And you could really dish out mass amounts of damage. If you gain the initiative, when you gain initiative, you get the 7 damage plus the 3 on the stack for 10 damage, and then you could drop Skullbuster for 16 very easily on the cancel, and your opponent will be instantly stunned. So yeah, he's like he just basically does like 2 damage. He does have cards like Poke and Overhead Elbow helps can help do extensive combos if you could get them, but for the most part you're gonna be doing maybe 2 card hits with Brock, and it's gonna be massive amounts of damage. And I can assure you, no amount of damage you do to his 110 is gonna give you the kind of lead you think you're gonna have, that you think you're gonna have overall. So like let's say you play Chenbo, you've had the lead, and you dished 23 damage on Brock, and you're sitting there saying, yeah, I did 23 damage, in this whole big combo, and then all of a sudden, Brock just does 2 cards and hits you for 23 right there and then. So in a sense, you could. It's designed in a way that if you play a fighter like Chenbo or Nagisa who are combo heavy, and you could bring his 110 down. Let me see, how much damage do they have here? Yeah, she's got 90 damage. So 90 to 110. So let's say Nagisa, for example, you pull off a good lengthy combo. You bring him down to say 85. Let's say after a couple of rounds, you bring him down to 70. All of a sudden, he does 2 cards. He does medium attack, which is 7 damage. He got the stack for 3 damage, and then he uses cancel and plays Skullbuster for an additional 16. So now you're stunned, and now your damage is in the 70s with him. And he gets to do another combo, another quick combo. So he could get the lead very fast. He could catch up, basically. He's a catch up. He could play catch up very well on you. But you gotta watch out for Invincible, Set Breaker, and so on. So, you gotta hope that he doesn't get the initiative because it's a crap sack ton of damage he's coming at you, and with pressure at the helm, overriding, being able to override, yeah, with pressure, he could be dropping. He'll be dropping rib grinder on you before you even know it. He'll be dropping medium attack and dishing out 10 damage, and so on. Or he could throw in a quick light and get the poke, and draw that card. So yeah, his pressure game is very frightening and not something to sneeze at. And his invincible, which is relegated to only his fury for the time being, is something that you also want to be afraid of because where's his install? Here we go. Because he has 2 installs. Now, one is Rage Up, which is 1 card. And the only reason why it's 1 card is because for each card you play from your hand, for the whole round, you get to draw a card. You're always going to draw a card. It doesn't matter if it's during sets or during combo. Every single card you play, you draw a card. It's a very dangerous card to play because you will be draining out your deck and putting yourself in a time over situation. But at the same token, it really speeds Brock up heavily. I guess I could rename it Berserk. Like, it makes perfect sense if I call it Berserk, because that's because in role playing games, Berserk, what it does is that you drop all your defense in exchange for attacks, and all you do is just attack. You can't do anything else but attack. But I'm just looking at aesthetics at this point here. But yeah, with Rage Up, you can draw a card for every single card you play from your hand, no matter what you do. So you could play Light Attack. You get you get to draw the card thanks to Rage Up, and if you get the damage, you get to draw another card. So you really fill your hand up. You build your hand up very quickly, and be very careful because his hand size is 5. His maximum hand size is 5. So if you build up to 15 cards in your hand and you don't play those cards, you're gonna lose all those cards. So this actually can help you out. Rage Up with combos, hence why it's got 2 arrows. So if you get into a combo with Rage Up, with the help of Rage Up, you could be able to dish out as much damage as you can until your opponent gets stunned. And then finally, there's Armor Up. Armor Up, which has 1 frame arrow. You get 2 cards to draw, and what it does is, as an install, all your attacks and all your throws gain invincible for that round. So that means that you can discard the card whenever you play throw. So let's say for example, Spine Snapper. It's 20 damage, but if you discard the card, you can add that 5 to it. It may not trigger stun because the rule says that savage cards cannot trigger stun, but getting that 25 damage is a very big deal. If you have something like, say, Drop Kick, you could get the 17 damage. You can even turn Poke into a 9 damage card and just do 9 damage across the board on your opponent. If you play 3 light attacks in a row, that's 9 times 3, 27. So that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage there. Okay. Stack support cards include Stack. Stack 3. I think this is the only card that stacks. Yeah, it's Stack. So if you get the initiative with medium attack, you get 10 damage, or else you're just gonna do 7 damage on the combo. In the combo, of course, Reversal to help him gain initiative and draw a card. Set Breaker to help with the initiative. So he's got a lot of initiative assistance involved. Yeah. So he's got a lot of initiative assistance. So try and take advantage of that whenever you can. Now, bear in mind that, again, Set Breaker and Reversal is not in the attack cards. They're only in the move and guard cards. So make sure you have the means to be able to execute those without having to do damage, just so that way you can get the edge on your opponent. and get ready to completely destroy them. Destroy all opponents. Here we go. All right. And that's our big boy Brock. All right. Angela, our resident grappler. She's pure grapple. She's all about the grapples. There we go. Okay. So she's all about grappling. She's a true grappler in every sense of the word. There we go. Now, originally she had reversal and counter, but because I designated it to Takashi, I switched it over to set breaker as the alternative. So I won't, so because I don't want two fighters to have the same, have too much of the same effects. Like that. You know, there's 20 different effects. There's no reason not to. Well, 15 effects are open. 16 effects are not universal, so there's no reason not to have myriad of combinations going there. Dang it. Let me bring this down a little bit more. All right. Here we go. And move this up here. Okay, so that's Ultraplex, which is 19. Okay. So she has more throws than any other fighters, even Brock. She's got more throws than Brock. Let's see here. Stacking Invincible. Yeah. And her throws also have have multiple effects. Multi-effects. She also has assists on if it's invincible. This is a sweep, so let's just move that there. She's got reversals because, like in wrestling, you got reversal moves, which is the whole shtick. So she could pull off reversals with throw normals. And what throw reversals do? What reversals do is you discard one card in your guard card in your hand, and the card gains initiative. You draw a card. Here we go. Where is? Okay, this is tech. Here's set breaker. Here's another reversal. So she's one of the few fighters that got effects where throws really have effects to work with. Counter. Maybe I should swap set breaker and counter. Let me see here. Yeah, I think I may have to swap Nagisa and Takashi then. I guess. Yeah, because I'm seeing that she's got more counters and he's got more set breakers. I think if I saw that correctly. Yeah, that's gonna have to. I think I got them mixed up. Oh well. That'll be an easy fix. Of course, wake up. Here's more set breakers. Oh no, okay, I gave her more set breakers, and then here's her install. Multi-hit. Okay, move the sweep over. And the tech. Here's another set breaker. Reversal. So, reversal, there's more reversals than set breakers, but there are plenty of set breakers to work with. So again, so she's all about getting that initiative, reversals, counters. As you can see, she's breaking bones and doing crazy stunts and so on. Multi-hit with her headlock and push off gives you the mix-up. So you discard one move card, and the next card can ignore any type, of course. So push off is kind of like you grappling. So like let's say you do a grapple, you got your reversal, thematically speaking, your combo will look like this. Let's say this is the second set. Just for example, this is the second set. You played Lariat Kick. You got your initiative. Your next card you play is Grapple. You got the initiative because you activated the reversal. So now you grapple your opponent. You pull a reversal by gaining the initiative. You draw your card, and then and it becomes the first card of your combo. And the next card of your combo is push off. So you push off your opponent. You discard your move card, and the next card you play can be any type, ignoring ignoring the frame arrows. So since you got two meters, you play Flying Grapple, which has two frame arrows, and now because that's all part of the mix up, and you get to do that 13 damage. And again, this has two frame arrows. This is I believe she's the only fighter who doesn't have an end frame arrow with her furies. So you can actually follow a fury up with another fury. Actually, this is the only end frame arrow. Flying Grapple and Submission don't have the end frame arrows. So it is very much possible, if you have six meter tokens, to play Flying Grapple, Submission, and Dislocator back to back in that order. Of course, you'll probably trigger stun, but the point is that you can do Flying Grapple or Submission and then follow it up with Dislocator in a single combo. There's no end combo arrows. So that's another key thing about it. And of course, cancels help you get into the attacks here. I believe all the mix-ups are 3 arrows. There are 3 arrows. So while while grappling and other things, but yeah. So the mix-ups are your assists. So that we could be able to do furies with no troubles at all. Multi-hit, of course, to get the extra damage. Invincible is given to Dislocator and Submission to help you get that quick extra damage off. I believe. Let's see here. Yeah. So yeah, if you could pull off Invincible, you get the stack. So you get to add 8 more damage to Dislocator. So it is possible that you can stun your opponent on 1 card, which is fine. Again, because she's a grappler, she's a heavyweight, so she only has a 5-card hand. So comboing is a very hard thing to do. Once again, you're not going to get long chain combos with her, especially since she doesn't have. Oh no, she does have plenty enough card draw. Okay, yeah. So like Brock, she has plenty of card draws. Her frenzies is Greco-Roman style and Luchador style. Now, Greco-Roman style had the counter where your cards gain counter, but again, because of how powerful counter is, I switched that out with set breaker. So you still can get the initiative on ties. It's the only card, but it also gives you 2 card draws. That was the thing about counter, because the counter gets you into a basic combo. You would get 2 free card draws so you can be able to do the combos. If you have a chance at being able to do combos if you get the right draw. And Luchador style gives you reversal. All your cards gain a reversal. But since I changed this over to set breaker, because like I said, counter is very powerful. But I don't know. I think maybe I do need to swap it. Between her and Takashi, give Takashi the set breaker, and give Nagisa the counter, because Takashi has a 7-card hand, and giving him access to a counter where he could just do basic counters, that's way too powerful. But because she has a 5-card hand, she doesn't have enough cards to work with regards to counters. So your combos are going to be pretty short if you. And that's why with Greco-Roman style, that was the whole purpose of the 2 extra cards. So that way, if you could be able to do the counter and get a good size combo off. So yeah, I'm gonna have to swap that and readjust the characters, readjust the fighters a bit. So Yeah, that's basically what she's supposed to do. Just like Takashi, she's supposed to do counters and reversals and such. But I think I got it. But I got it backwards between the two of them, and that's not a big deal. You know, it's very clear what they're supposed to be. She's a wrestler. He's a dancer. You know, Takashi's a dancer. She's a wrestler. So you know they're all about that finessing. They're all about finessing their attacks and maneuvers. So no problem. Reversal and set breaker. Just have to flip switch the effects between her and Takashi. All right, Freddie G, our resident musician, total heavy metal. His band is known as the Dead Sea. If there's an actual band called the Dead Sea, rock on. Get metal. All right. So he's all about mix-ups and multi-hits. He's not a pure grappler in the truest sense. His specials, as you can see, his special mosh pit, no effects whatsoever on both ends. Maybe I should have gone with the cancel. Yeah, I should have gone with the cancel for mosh pit fury. So that's a little on the weak side. His throw fury mosh pit. So I think I'll swap that with a cancel, and that makes a bigger difference. He also has headbanger, which is my proxy card originally was Birdie from Street Fighter V because he had all the stances and postures of a heavy metal rocker. Unfortunately, I wanted a little bit more cleaner image than what he had. Air guitar, which is the 100 hand slap for him. That's his 100 hand slap. He also has headbanger, which is basically pummeling your opponent as a grapple move. So they both have multi-hit. So you can dish up to 17 damage. With air guitar, you could do up to 10 damage or 13 damage right off the gate. Now, another thing about air guitar fury is that it's got wall bounce. So you could do 13 damage and you could follow that up with your combo, stage diving, which does stage diving, standard wake up, amp up. That's his frenzy. He's one of the few fighters that don't have action or install. I don't think I gave him an install on the other one. Let's see here. Here's mix up, another mix up. Let me see here. Grapple also gives you a mix up. As you can see, he's a throw normal. He has a throw normal here, and this is I believe he's the only fighter that has a throw normal with a cancel. So you can actually cancel into a headbanger. So it's like kind of like you slam your opponent down, and then you start pummeling them with multi-hit. And it comes with mix-up. So the next card you play can ignore the frame arrows. So you could cancel into headbanger, fury, and dish out an additional 12 to 17 damage, depending on what you want to do. This is a mix-up. Or you could clothesline your opponent. It's a weird thing, but yeah. You know, you could grapple your opponent to a clothesline. It's a little weird to see that. Here we go. Sorry, he does have an action. He does have an action. Okay. Multi-hit. So... Okay. His assists are Rushdown, which allows you to play the card during a combo and ignore the previously played cards. Wall bounce, of course, so you can extend the combos. So because of the fact that he's a heavyweight, you're going to be doing short damage, short hits. So with the help of wall bounce, you can get that extra damage that if you have that one card. He's got pokes, of course. Let's see what else. Multi-hit, rush down. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He only has 11 effects. So he has rush down, reversal, poke, and wall bounce. And his action, which is the only card, which is 2 cards here, bull rush. The next card you play gains mix up. So basically, so it lets your card, the next card you play, gain mix up, and so that way you can be able to get the ignore the frame arrows and extend your combo. So it's so it assists you in extending your combos, and you get a good card draw out of that. So yeah, so that's pretty much straightforward. He's all about dishing out multi, getting that extra damage off. And allowing you to ignore frame arrows, since he has high frame arrows, 5 frame arrows, 6 frame arrows. Mix up can help you ignore some of that stuff, so that way you can get that key damage in. All right. And since he does have grappling, he does have some reversal capabilities. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. My throat is clogged. That's just so gross of me. I'm just coughing into the microphone, giving you virtual germs. Oh my gosh, my avatar's sick. Why is my avatar sick? There we go. So yeah, Freddy G is pretty straightforward. Nothing complex or anything. Now this one here, I really overdid it with Arena, because I gave her pretty much all but 3 effects that was listed. So I had to like really put in the focus. I had to like really put some focus in there. So she has mix up and pressure. She's a boxer in a sense. That's her shtick. That's her gimmick. She's supposed to be a boxer, and so basically she has pressure and mix up, which is pretty frightening because she was actually broken during the playtest at over at the Unpub booth. Unpub area at PAX Unplug. Like, she was just getting initiatives left and right and just dishing out untold amounts of damage on the players. So this required a lot of focus, pressure, and mix up. Here's mix up. Of course, the wall bounce is her assist, and she's got pressure and wall bounce. So if by chance you get initiative on the pressure, this is what makes her. This is part of what makes her scary. With pressure, you get the initiative, and because this is the end frame arrow, you get the wall bounce. In every sense of the word, she helps you get wall bounces off the initiatives. So if you find yourself getting the basic combo in sets, like this is your starting card for basic combos, for your basic combo, you got the wall bounce to allow you to actually go into your combos, or she can help you, or she can be able to extend the combos. She has rush down, another frightening thing. So you can see her body shot has pressure and rush down. So when you get the initiative, the next card you can play, you can ignore whatever frame arrows as your next card of the combo. You can actually play this card during the combo and ignore the card. So in other words, let's say you play wall bounce. Let's say you start off with wall bounce, and then you can play body shot. Not only that, but her Furies, her special in Fury has cancel. Body shot has cancel, so you can actually get into a combo with these effects. Sweep, of course, standard. She's got reversal with clutch elbow, poke, and a target combo. So this is a medium attack. So she goes medium heavy to deal 5 extra damage. Here's her mix up. So basically, she's supposed to be relentless. Think Balrog. Think of the way Balrog works. The minute he gets his poke, all of a sudden he's just dishing out untold amounts of damage in the combo. She's very combo heavy. She has counters. Sidestep, of course. Her frenzy is called piercing strike. You get counter and mix up, so you automatically get a combo and you get the mix up, which means that you can play any card to ignore. But again, remember, mix up requires you to discard a move card, so you need a move card to pull off the move card, the mix up. Of course, reversal with the help of parry. Here's pressure. Here's pressure, deliver strike, which is unique. Here's her light attack, poke, which also has a target, light attack to medium attack. So here's the thing: her light attack and her medium attack both have pokes and target combos. So you can actually switch up on your opponent if you want to get that quick target combo going, and you get the free poke, so you can be able to get that card draw. So you can have a chance at, who knows. But remember, target combo, it has to be the cards listed. You can't just play any other card. Rush down, of course, with the mix up. So that means that you get to ignore the frame the previously card frame arrows, and if you play the mix up, then you can play any card you want as part of your rush down. So you can really follow that up. Follow that up. I believe every single card has an effect. Every single card has an effect. Here's rush down. Oh yeah, cross up is her frenzy, which also has just regular frame arrows. That's her other frenzy. So you get rush down and mix up. So you can keep the pressure on your opponent. Okay, headshot doesn't have any effects. 9 damage on 5 frame arrows. Nice little finisher there. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's a nice little finisher there. So that and clutch punch are the only ones that have no effects. Everything else have effects. So, yep. So that's what it's all about. It's all about ignoring those frame arrows and just going relentless on your opponent. Just keeping pressure on your opponent by overriding the cards on the initiative. Just remember pressure. Just remember that your mix-up requires move cards, and you don't have a lot of move cards to work with, so you got to time your mix-up. So yeah, your mix-ups require a lot of timing. Requires a lot of timing to pull it off. Okay. Dang it, just highlight it. All right, there we go. So yeah, in a sense here, her starting attacks, you get the access to poke and target. So if you get that poke and you got that medium card, you should on that initiative, yeah, you should be able to execute the combo, and you get some pressures to work with. Like I said, the timing thing's gonna be another thing that's gotta be worked on. All right, Marcus Breaker Williams. His nickname is Breaker. Breaker. I should have made him a trucker. That would have been cool. like I said, the characters will get rewritten. Marcus will be a cool character. I should have made him a trucker, but that's all right. Move this. Actually, there we go. All right. So Marcus Williams. He's all about stack and pressure. So he's a pressure fighter, but he has stack on top of that. And just to reiterate, stack. What stack does is, again, if you gain initiative, if this card gains initiative, you get to deal damage on the stack. So what this means is, for example, Rising Cutter, which is one of the few savage cards that actually has multiple effects. If you get the initiative with Rising Cutter, you get to add 11 damage to it. So instead of doing 19, you could do 30 on your opponent. But again, remember, this doesn't. But remember, this card does not trigger stun. So basically, he's all about the stacks. So every time you get an initiative, you get to do additional damage, which is where the pressure comes in. Because if you play stack on, because with pressure, you can play one attack with flame arrows equal to or one more. So what that means is you drop a card on top, bam, you get the initiative, you get to do the damage, and you get the stack on top of that. And you get the stack on top of that because pressure gave you the initiative. As you can see, Oversize is another good. Well, Oversize is not a good example because pressure will override the stack. But if you were to play, if you were to play this Oversize, then yes. Well, no, you can't. Well, actually, that would be if you play Oversize, you can stack Rising Cutter on it, and you get that 30 damage. But you won't get the 13 damage though because pressure is overriding it, so you won't get the thing, the meter and the 13 damage. Spin Flyer, that is a mistake. Spin Flyer is supposed to be is not supposed to give you the Fury cards are not supposed to give you energy. So this is a mistake with Spin Flyer. I'll have to make a note of that to fix that. His Arc Wave gives you deflect that's one of your assists. So you could get to do damage back to your opponent. Multi-hit, another one that to assist with. So in a sense, if you pull off Spin Flyer, if you pressure with Spin Flyer, you get the 14, and then you can add 5 more damage to that for 19 if you're willing to do that. Yeah, let me move that up there. Let me move these cards down so you could see them. They're hiding the cards. Why are you hiding the cards? I'm not hiding them on purpose. There we go. There we are. There we go. That's a little better now. Okay. Stack up. His Frenzy is an install. Your throws have stack 2. No throw has stack on it. So you could take Brain Crush. You get a stack 2 if you get the initiative. If it gets initiative, and then you could follow it up with the multi-hit. Here's Pressure. Here's some more Pressure. This is this other Frenzy here, Rapid Knee. So it gives you pressure, but if you have the option to do 5 damage and get a draw. I think this is a little on the weak sauce side. Maybe I'll need to throw in a second effect. But with pressure, you could, I don't know. I think I messed up on that one. Maybe that should be the stack, and perhaps this should be the stack. And this should have the pressure. Well, like I said, work in progress. Always remember, work in progress. Here's some more pressure. Wake Up. Here we go. So sidestep with Wake Up. Here's Sidekick with Stack 7. You can do 17 damage, hence the 6 arrows. Thrust Kick. You get 15 damage. 15 damage on 4 arrows if you do it right. The assist with Reversal. Overhead Toss. As you can see, Overhead Toss. Aside from multi-hit and tech, Overhead Toss has no effect. Hence why the throw moves have stack. So that way you could get that extra damage. It's only 2 damage though. 2 extra damage. But, 17 damage from Body Slam can go a long way, or 14 damage. Or if you stack Brain Crush, that's 13 plus 5, 18. So you can really pile on the damage very well with your throw cards. Let's see here. That's Crouch. Dash has Pressure. So there's a lot of pressure. A whole lot of pressure. Every attack with the Sweep. Jump with the Tech. Target combos. So his light attack has 2 sets of target combos, as you can see. Just like Diego, you go. Is it Diego? Yeah. With like the well, he's the other fight. He's the second fighter that has this, where you could go light, medium, and light high to get your target combo off. And he also has 2 frame arrows with a cancel, so you could really go in quick. His medium attack has stack 3 with a cancel, so you can get 8 damage, and if you get that initiative, you get the 8 damage, and you can cancel into a combo quickly for that fast damage. So stack over here. So yeah, other than fixing Spin Flyer, the Fury here, because it's not supposed to have give you a meter charge. I don't know why I mentioned that. Why I said it like that. Anyway, so basically it's all about just doing pressure and getting the stack damage, and you want to just keep following that up, and that's it. And you get other types of additional hits, like multi-hit for extra options if you want to really get more damage in, pile on. So basically he's kind of like a damage piler. Just pile on the damage if you can, if you're able to, and really get that damage off on 1 or 2 cards, within 1 or 2 cards. Even though he's a middleweight, his whole entire gimmick is that he just does mass damage in as few cards as possible. If you can really pull it off. There we go. Okay. All right. Next up is Kalista, Killian's personal bodyguard, which makes her a sub-boss. Here we go. Let me just bring this down a little bit more. Here we go. So she's all about zone and pressure. So unlike the other zoners here, where zone deflect, zone set breaker, she's zone and pressure, which makes her a pretty scary fighter. Let's see. Oh, let me move that here. All right, separate these. What's her? Where's she at? Oh, all the way at the top, right? No. There she is. All right. Put that up there. All right. Here we go. All right, so zone and pressure. So as we know how zone works, during the active step, if you have more arrows than your opponent, you get the initiative automatically. And pressure, during the active step, you could play an attack card that is equal to or one arrow more than your opponent. So basically, what this means is that you actually have options. So I guess you could say she's an option fighter, because you can option to zone your opponent, or you can option to pressure your opponent. Excuse me. The option to put pressure on your opponent. Her assists include set breaker, multi-hit, poke, reversal. Okay. She got set breaker to help deal with the tie issue. Here is her pressure cards. She's also got a little mix up because she's lightweight, so she's a little on the combo heavy side. So help you out with your combo execution. Here is the pressure. Here's more zone with multi-hit, solar bomb, and here's the zone. Okay, and her sidekick has sweep along for her fury, but it also has zone. And her kinetic force has zone and pressure. So this again goes back to what I say about the option. So if you can't if you can't zone your opponent with kinetic force, you can always switch over to pressure and get that initiative. The key factor about pressure, even though it seems weird, because she's again just like with Diego, he has that frenzy. The key thing about pressure is that you want to get the initiative at all costs, because getting the initiative means that your card stands. If you stand for 2 consecutive sets, you get your basic combo. Your whole mission is to get that combo, because getting that combo means you get to dish out mass amounts of damage, and you want to get to that stun, because if you can stun your opponent, you get a free combo on top of that. And that's basically your big mission. That is your key goal, is to get to that stun, so you could get more combos off and dish out more damage to your opponent. Because your opponent is not going to share with you the sympathy or any of that stuff. So yeah, so she's got plenty of zoning and plenty of pressures to work with. But remember, pressure is overrides the card you're currently playing. So spin chop here will get overridden. Kinetic force will get overridden. So keep that in mind when you're trying to get the initiative. Make sure that it's the right situation where you can get your combo off. Her frenzies is trip and pressure point. Both of them have pressure. The difference is that pressure point has counter. So again, you have the option. If you have the card to pull off counter, do it. Get your counter off and start your basic combo. Or else you could do pressure. And be able to play, like, say, kinetic force. If you want to play kinetic force on top of that, you get the 16 damage, which is big because you're jumping from 2 to 16. And you get the zoning on top of that. Not really zoning, but you do get that 16 damage off. Or if you want, you could play spin chop. Again, that'll get you into the combo right away. That could get you into a combo. So it's a big sacrifice, but that's the whole point of pressure. You want to just stay relentless on your opponent. And again, you got pressure and mix up here. Pressure will get you the initiative, but if you could get the initiative, being that it's 2 damage and one damage, you get that 1 damage on the trip. You could do the mix up right away, and you could play cards. I think I might have to fix that up because that's not the way I guess that's not the way I want mix-up to work. Because I don't have one arrow cards, do I? No. No, I don't. Then I should really take that into consideration of maybe dropping a couple of cards to one arrow. Well, again, that's gonna be when the playtests start going underway. Start going underway for the whole thing. But yeah, the whole point of pressure and zone is that you have options. So basically, it's like a confusion tactic. Your opponent doesn't know what you're gonna do. He doesn't know if you're gonna go for the pressure and just pull off the initiative, or if you're gonna do the zoning and get the initiative from there. But remember that zoning doesn't get you a combo. Pressure does. Pressure can get you a combo. So you have to decide what you want. What you want to do. You want to keep your opponent in check, or do you want to get aggressive? So yeah. You have the options of going aggressive or going passive on your opponent. Either way, it's basically confusion playing. You're trying to confuse your opponent, be unpredictable. And she, being a lightweight, she does have poke, which is a rarity among the lightweights to have poke. Let's see here. And some set breakers, a couple of set breakers to help out, help that out. And now the boss, Killian. Let's see here. All right, so let's put you right there. Here we go. So Killian is the boss. If this was made into a video game, he would be the final boss. Kalista would be the sub boss. Basically, he's the big bad. He's the villain. I mean, Diego and Brock are, well, Diego, Kalista, and Killian are all villains. As I pointed out, story-wise, what I want story-wise for Brock is to be neutral chaos, chaotic neutral. Like, everybody, including Killian, who is the big bad boss, is scared of fighting Brock, and Brock doesn't care if you're a good guy or a bad guy. He's coming after you. I would liken that to Captain N, the Game Master. For those of you who watched that, Donkey Kong. You had Mother Brain, who's the evil bad guy with King Hippo and Eggplant Wizard, and then you had Captain N and Princess Lana and Simon Belmont and them on the good guy's side, and then you have Donkey Kong. And Donkey Kong basically takes on all of them. Donkey Kong fights all of them. He fights the good guys and the bad guys. He takes on King Hippo. He takes on Captain N. That's what Donkey Kong does. and both sides are afraid of Donkey Kong, except for Mother Brain, of course. But the point is that, ooh, I didn't even realize his eyes. But the point is that even though Killian is the final boss and the big bad and everything, the big villain, he's scared of Brock. No matter what, he has to be scared of Brock. No matter how awesome his attacks are, no matter how Akuma-like or M. Bison-like his attacks are, he's scared of Brock. There's just no way. There's just no way around it, because Brock is supposed to be that frightening. He's supposed to be a frightening character. So Killian's focus effects are rush down and target. So that means that he is a very, very, very combo heavy fighter. But if you've noticed, his vitality is 70, his stun defense is 21, but his hand size is 7. So he's a lightweight. And the reason why his vitality is the lowest out of everybody, 70, is because all of his attacks are the equivalent of Brock. Basically, he's got Brock's damage set, but his vitality is low because you get a high hand size so you could be able to dish out mass combos with Killian. So he is extremely pure combo heavy. However, he's also the only fighter that has no card draw coming out of the combo interface. So what that means is, yeah, let me pull Brock out. So here's Brock. All right, you see his crouch. He's got this here in the combo interface, the ability to draw a card. He had every single one of his combo interfaces that doesn't have the meter token has a card draw. Brock is the only one that could draw pretty much every card out of his combo interface. Killian is the opposite. Not a single one of his combo interfaces has a card draw. So he only gets it through the effects, because the effects like reversal requires costs, require costs or conditions. That's why he doesn't have poke, and he might be the only fighter that may never get poke. If I decide to expand poke as a common effect, he might not get that, because his whole entire shtick is being combo heavy, and that's already covered with light attack. So his uniques, I believe, do not have any effects, if I remember correctly. He has counters and reversals. That means he could go right into combos very easily. I'll talk about his Frenzy Transcendence in a second here. Let me just get this sortie out. So, medium attack. He's got a myriad of ways of doing target combos, which again, just to make clear, target combos require you to gain initiative. So you gain initiative, you can execute a target combo, and that's why his frame arrows are very, very high. That's why I say he's Brock, but the lightweight version of Brock. His frame arrows are extremely high, but they also have cancel, with the exception of heavy attack. Heavy attack has the sweep, as it should, and he's got tech to break free. He has rush down, which is his other effect, which means that he can ignore frame arrows. That means that if you play, let's say, medium attack with the 5 frame arrows, play dash for the rush down. Now you got a combo reset. You got a nice combo reset, and you can extend that. But he's also the only fighter that has target combos inside the uniques. I think, yeah, he's the only one that has it. He's got Set Breaker as his assist, another one of his assists. Tech. Proposition doesn't do anything. His throws have no effects whatsoever. So here's another one of his uniques, Illumination. Illumination, and then here's his other frenzy, which is Epiphany. Here's his rush down. Omniscience has rush down, and again his Fury version. Well, it has rush down, but it also has cancel. So yeah, if you Fury Omniscience, you get 17 damage, and you could cancel into another attack. Here's rush down. So all of his attack specials and attack furies have rush downs. His fury versions of his specials have cancels and have low arrows, but they dish out a heck of a lot of damage. Enlightenment, of course, has 20 to match Brock's 20 damage. So, let me move the rush downs up here. So his target combos, he's got a whole lot of these target combos to work with. As you can see, you can combo unique into unique, do a target combo unique into unique. So you could target Benevolence into Illumination, and you can do Illumination into Intuition, which I believe has no effect. Let me see. It's over here. I don't believe I gave it an effect because it can be target comboed into. And as you can see, they dish out a lot of damage. Yeah. So, yeah, here's Intuition, which only does 8 damage on 6 frame arrows. So, if you do a target combo, Benevolence into Illumination, that's 5 damage. So, that's 2, 5, 7 plus 8. Oh, no, that's 6. So, you could do shouts 13 damage on the target combo with Benevolence and Illumination. Or you could do Illumination into Intuition. Intuition, so that's 5 plus 8, which is 13 plus 7, that's 20 damage for a quick target combo. And light attack and medium attack branches off. So what's unique about this, as opposed to all the other target combos from the other fighters, is with light attack you could do light attack to medium attack. You have options, basically. You have your target combos are optioned. With light attack and medium attack. So with light attack, you could do a standard target combo, which is light attack to a medium attack. So you could do 14 damage. And with medium attack, the standard target combo is medium attack to heavy attack. So you can dish out 19 damage, I believe. Oh, here it is. Yeah, you could dish out 22 damage. However, if you happen to have the unique cards, you could do light attack to illumination. So that would be 4 and 2, that's 6, and you can add 8 damage to that. You can add the 8 damage to that. Or you could do medium attack to intuition, which is over here, 8 damage. So you can do 7 plus 8, which is 15, plus 9, 24 damage on this two card hit. And again, they have cancels. So, you have the ability to cancel into your cards very quickly. And you use the rush downs to overcome the high frame arrows that they have, that he has here. So, yeah, that's how. So that's basically how Target works. Target, in every sense of the word, it gives you options on how to engage your opponent and get that mass damage. So, Frenzy, his Frenzy cards, Transcendence and Epiphany. Epiphany, straight up, you just go into a basic combo. That's it. There's 2 of these. You spend your 4, start your combo right away. You don't need anything else. So, you automatically execute a combo. I'm not sure if that's a good idea because then that means that the frame arrows and these. So I think I'm gonna have to fix that up. Yeah, I'll have to fix that up. This is broken. This is broken. Even though you pay for it, these cards are completely irrelevant unless I wipe them out. You know what I'm saying? And just let it be. But no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna fix that up so that you could gain initiative. You get the combo right off the bat. That's an easy fix. If this card gains initiative, automatically execute a combo. Done. Transcendence. Again, this is a very unique thing because you're not doing any damage or anything. But if you get that initiative, you can actually execute a combo. You start with Transcendence, and then you can play any attack, and then any attack. So what you could do is, if you just happen to have, say, Absolution, and you got the 2 meter tokens. In addition, you have 6 meter tokens. You could play Transcendence. You can then execute your target combo, which say light attack. So you get 4 damage, and then you follow that up with Absolution, and you get the 15 damage. Or even better, because it's any attack to any attack, do light attack and then follow it up with Illumination. You get the additional 10 damage. Basically, you get 10 damage. Sorry, I was thinking the wrong way. So you go Transcendence, you do any attack, you get 10 bonus damage. You could really devastate your opponent with that. So yeah, I just have to fix Epiphany. It should be if this card gains initiative, execute a basic combo like automatically. So yeah, And with that, and you also have counter. The only thing with sidestep with counter to get you into a combo, set breaker to help you with initiative as well as reversal. So, but the key factor is that you got to get the initiatives. You have to win initiatives, or else target won't work. Rush down will be pointless. So it's still balanced out by the fact that you have to get the initiative. So you have to win the active step no matter what, and then you could just go relentless on your opponent with no trouble at all. So he's a very scary guy, but his frame errors are very, very high. So you got to find a way to. And the reason why I stressed that his frame errors is very, very high is because you're not going to win the tiebreaker. You have no way of winning the tiebreaker unless you're very lucky and taking on like a heavyweight. If you're taking on a heavyweight, you can win the tiebreakers if it happens because their frame errors are within his range and such. But in terms of lightweights like Chenbo, yeah, they're gonna get the tiebreakers on you if you don't get those initiatives, and especially those that have set breakers. Yeah. So that is all the fighters. Here we go. Put this away. Bam. Okay. All right. So before I close out, let me just bring them all together. And I'm going to line them up similar to a... Oh, that's a starter card. Similar to how you would find, Street Fighter. Let's see if I recall correctly. I had him up there. Where is... here's Diego. Okay. Put Kalista... Where's Kalista? Here she is. Right next to him. Okay. From what I understand, I'm not sure if it applies to all the other character select screens, but the way that they're arranged is supposed to be in relation to each other. Like Ken and Ryu are side by side because they're both friends. The bosses are all next to each other because they're the bosses. That kind of thing. Here's Angela. Okay, since Angela and Nagisa are friends, they're side by side. Chenbo and Marcus, they're friends. So basically, the way I'm arranging them, if this was a select screen, is how they all pair up as. Here we go, because they're associated with Diego, so they go over here. Nagisa and Killian are connected to each other, bodyguard to Killian's boss. Brock is isolated because he's chaotic. Am I missing something here? Oh, that's because it didn't pick up the whole deck. Here we go. Let's see. Alejandro and Irina are colleagues because they're medical doctors. Takashi and Freddie G are collaborators in the field of music. He's a dancer. They hang out, and they also hang out at the bar, at the cafe that Nagisa works at, who's a friend of Angela. So they're very well acquainted with each other. Those four. Yeah, there we go. So, and there we go. Let me center that. I still haven't figured out how to center the stinking screen. Here we go. So yeah, if this was the game select screen, if this was a video game, I would definitely have it arranged this way. Sorry, I don't have their faces up close like in the fighting games. Where they have the face profiles, the facial profiles, but this is it. These are the Savagestrikers. Here we are. And there we go. Be like, next, Japan, I'm so excited for this. I am a very happy camper, and I can't wait to run this through the tests and everything, and start working on that back end, the full business side. So here we are. So just so I could just to give you all a quick walkthrough. Okay. No, I don't want to. Here we go. So, in a sense, yeah, since they work in a, since she works in a cafe, Freddie G, being the band, being a member of a band, saying they got those cafes where they got the stage and they do the band thing, that kind of thing. Nevertheless, all right. So let me just so that way, because I'm not sure if you can see the flags, but I'll just tell you where they're all from, just so we can close it out. Just to close it out, Nagisa is from Japan. In fact, let me do one better. Let me be more accurate. Nagisa is from Kobe, Japan. Angela is from Dallas, USA. Killian is from Store on the Wall, United Kingdom. Yes, Store on the Wall. That's an actual place, and that is what it's actually called, Store on the Wall. Kalista is from Patras, Greece. Irina is from St. Petersburg, Russia. Alejandro is from Bayamon, Puerto Rico. Diego's from Panama City, Panama. Marcus is from Yonkers, USA. Yonkers, USA. Chenbo's from Tianjin, China. Freddie G's from Suez, Egypt. Takashi is from Osaka, Japan. And Brock Crusher's from Vancouver, Canada. Man, do the world map. That'll be funny. Do the Street Fighter 2 map. You'll see like these weird locations that you're not familiar with because you're used to seeing the Street Fighter 2 map the way it is. You see Panama pointing at Panama, pointing at Greece, Egypt, like Panama. So, yeah, that's their locations in a nutshell. Yeah. And I'm hoping one day, and I hope that if this succeeds, I can add more fighters from other locations. I like to, go to more different places like Australia, Samoa, go to maybe the Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire. Those, try to go to those countries. Bring in some of these countries that, what I'm saying? Because every single fighter, it's like, every single fighter game, when you look at their list, it's like the same countries over and over again. Japan, USA, China, Russia, UK. Let's switch this up. Let's switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Let's switch it up. That's why I picked places like Panama and Greece, I mean, yeah, I got the standard locations, China, US, Japan, Russia. But, I also included Canada, Panama, Egypt, Greece, just go some other places here, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it. I thank you all for joining me, and I hope you all had a good time. I hope you all. I hope it helped for some of you game designers out there who are interested. Seeing how this turned out. I hope it helped you all out. And I guess with that said, I thank you all for joining me. I wish you all a good night. Buenas noches, and oyasumi nasai.